Hello! Welcome back to week 2 of Adventurers Archive, a channel where we play D&D with a bunch of my friends.
Hello!
Hello, I'm a friend.
Howdy.
Hey.
More on an acquaintance.
Yeah, acquaintance. Here and there. This week we have no announcements or anything special to get into, but to better get to know our players and who they're playing, I'm going to have them go around and give a few facts about them, maybe just describe their class, what they're playing. You want to start us off, Brian?
I would absolutely love to. Thank you, Riley. My name is Brian, and my character's name is Rothgar Lynch. He is a Earth Genasi. We're currently all level 3, and his class is Barbarian. Dragmir's super cool. He's a little bit beefier, a little bit more tanky. He's like 6'2", super broad shoulders. Like he could carry 2 bags of flour at the same time, like PETA from the Hunger Games, you know? So he's just a big, strong dude.
Could he carry all the groceries in at the same time?
Yes, he takes one trip to get the
Okay.
groceries in. He's super cool. He's got like this red mohawk, and his skin is kind of textured, almost like a smooth kind of stone, almost like in caves where like water's constantly like eroding it away. It's smooth and shiny, or like when you put like a rock in a soda can and shake it up, you know?
I totally do that.
Yeah, everyone does
that.
He's got a little kind of pointed ears almost. He's not 100% too sure, like, if his parents were 100%, Genasi or not. There might have been a little bit of, mutt in him, I guess, if you will. He's got that dog in him. You know what I'm saying? He's got, just like a vest. And he's got his big giant great axe on it. The vest kind of like down the side is just, normal like brown stitching. But the center is a little bit more ornate than like the rest of it. He's got a big giant axe with a sigil in the middle of it that he's kind of like tried to scratch out a little bit, maybe. I don't know. We might find out more about that later. He's got just normal pants on. And he's got 2 shoes, but one of them has like a hole in it, so you can kind of see his toe. So he doesn't look bad, but he doesn't look like he comes for money. Absolutely, he looks like he's been wandering and traveling. He's kind of got these sort of like, almost like red or like maroon kind of like markings all over his body too. It's kind of like in my mind, he looks like the Frost Giants from Avengers.
Okay.
Or from Thor, kind of.
Yeah.
That like think that, but like if they were warm.
Oh.
Not Frost Giants, but like warm giants, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Rothgar. Perfect.
I'm Jack. I play Mero, who is a reborn goblin, level 3, same as Rothgar. I stand about 3 foot tall with pale green skin, almost sickly at times. I have raggedy, kind of muddled colored clothing that you can tell has almost been sun damage from all of the exposure that it's had. I have a bluer poncho on the top and a muddled colored of leather underneath. And I'm holding a staff that is at times imbued with purple spiraling magic energy that collects at the top. And I have a group of mushrooms growing on my chest. I'm also balding, but more like...
Really? Okay.
Me too, friend.
I'm balding, but more like my hair has been ripped out or... and less like it's receding. So it's spatchy, it's spotchy, it's got places where it's not there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, don't pick on John.
That's fine.
I've got big pointed ears, and my skin is it looks almost like when you're in the bathtub too long, you're in the pool too long. It's a little crinkled.
Locally.
Makes
Like
sense.
a raisin.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Mero.
Hi, I'm Erica. I am playing Talia. She is also a level 3. She is a half human, half Aasimar paladin. from last episode, I'm sure you can remember, I said Talia was of medium stature, medium height. She has really long dark hair, one blue eye, one purple eye. She is exceptionally pretty. She's wearing a lot of traveling gear. She's obviously been on the road. But if you look at her close enough, it doesn't make a lot of sense that she's traveling. She doesn't look like the type of person that would be traveling. So she has really nice skin. She has really clean fingernails. Her clothes are in really, really good order, almost like they're brand new or easily replaced. Probably higher quality. She does have a very large sword, and she also is carrying a shield. And she has a big hooded cloak. And a fun little fact about the cloak, and most of her clothes, if she's wearing one, is she has a little friend with her in the cloak. She was gifted a pine marten, and that has been a friend of hers for the last 10 years or so. So it is always at her side. It is always hidden somewhere on her usually. Or if it's not on her, it's probably following some type of small command. She is very friendly and very happy, but she's also a little clueless, maybe a little inexperienced with certain parts of the world. And she's very curious. So she's always listening and always trying to determine how she feels about something that might be happening in front of her.
Perfect. Does the Pine Marten have a name?
It does. It's Leftwin.
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 Beautiful. I had to Google search what a Pine Marten was, so it's okay.
They're
for you
cute
too.
if you haven't looked it up.
I just think of a little
Talia. Alex, want to go ahead?
Hi, I'm Alex. I play Takashi, a level 3 fighter, samurai fighter, who's also human, about 5'4", 5'5". It's got traditional Hakama robe on type samurai wear. It is green with like a red brownish tint to it a little bit as well. Got long dark hair. Usually wears it up in like a ponytail or a bun most of the time, and then carries a samurai sword on his side.
Awesome. Do you have a little friend that travels with you too, or?
I actually do. Yes, I have a cat named Sushi.
Awesome. Alrighty.
Hi, I'm John Matt, and I'm playing as Powder. It's a Haragon. That's it. All right. My character is kind of more of a researcher. He is an alchemist, level 3 as everybody else is. My character is very kind of intellectual, even at times when he's saying the most wrong thing. He still likes to kind of have that kind of air of kind of I'm a little better than you on. Again, his fur is white with kind of this sooty gray on it. It's almost been like it's dyed. He's very small in stature with this giant backpack, almost as big as he is. If you kind of like look, the backpack is full of stuff, and you can kind of see some alchemists, and you might see a bomb in there just a little bit, but you might be thinking to yourself, that's a rabbit. He's probably not carrying a bomb. We'll get to that eventually. But yeah, and yeah. Remember, hopping is a harmful stereotype.
Harmful
Remember.
stigmatism.
Harmful stigmatism.
Harmful stigmatism. Last but not least, Connor.
Yes. Hello, my name's Connor. I am playing as Zendra. She is a level 3, just like all my friends here, Soul Knife Rogue. She is smaller in stature. She's about 5'3". She is also seemingly the youngest of the group at only 16 years of age. Kind of like how I described last time, she is currently at least wearing traveling leathers, and she does have a traveling backpack to keep any supplies on her. If anyone was to get like a close look, they would see that the traveling leathers and all of her supplies are very, very well kept. They're neat, orderly. Maybe you could say she has slight OCD with everything has to be in its specific place. As well as physical descriptions for her. She keeps all of her body covered at all times. She has personal reasons for trying to stay in the shadows and keep, out of anyone's, visible memories. She tries to be a background character. So her leathers are going to cover her entire body. She wears gloves. She has long boots. And then she also has a hooded cloak that kind of conceals her face in shadow, along with a leather-looking mask to cover the bottom half of her face. So really, when most people are close up and look at her, they'll see whatever color her eyes are, depending on which seasonal form she's in as an Eladrin. But beyond that, we'll kind of see more of her as we go.
I didn't realize you were 16. Is that explains a lot of the angst I'm getting from your character at times. You're playing the role perfectly in that case. I respect it.
Perfectly. We love it. Alrighty.
16
I'm Riley. I stand about 5'8". Some people say I
5'7"
look
on a
like
good
Justin
day.
Bieber some days, or from
Yes,
Zac Efron,
the
17
Biebs.
again. I play a human who goes to work
What's your
5 days
class?
a week.
Human nerd.
Gosh, my class is probably level
Very.
2 sarcasm, level 1 English, something like that. But
Love it.
awesome. Well, if nobody has anything else, without further ado, let's hop into some Dungeons and Dragons.
I guess. He's in the hub.
Will you real fast, John, Matt, turn the speaker on under the table for me?
Absolutely.
A little bit
Does
tighter
someone
than
want to
the-
talk about our sponsorship for this episode while I do this?
Go for it.
All right, guys. This week we're sponsored by Keeps. I'm just kidding. It's Raid Shadow Legends.
It's always Raid Shadow Legends.
Sponsored by
It'll
Hims.
be the little button.
Alex, you can talk more on hymns.
Yeah, hymns.
Not the guy for him.
Oh.
Thank you, sir.
That's
Are you
awkward.
talking about hymns like you go to church and you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
It's
kinds of
HYM.
Yeah, HYM. Is there an E?
MN.
It's two N's.
Ask our English expert.
HYMN.
MN? There's
Yes.
an N?
There's an N.
Hen-
Oh my gosh.
hen- Everybody harmonize. 1, 2, 3. Hen-
Hems.
I hope that's getting picked up on the mic.
It said hymns.
It most definitely is.
Perfect. Alright, we're gonna recreate the Step Brothers scene where they're singing in the car.
Okay.
You can totally tell
I
this was
will-
Oh,
scripted.
never mind. Never mind.
No, we're gonna stop there actually before we get too far off.
I was looking forward to it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I don't know if I hit the camera.
Did you?
You are all good, so.
Maybe.
Alrighty. Well, last we left our party of misplaced wanderers. They were visiting a festival for our fun clergyman's birthday. Clergyman off has a birthday. We're working on that word. It's okay. Sorry. Last session, just to kind of recap what happened. Our heroes were summoned by a acquaintance of theirs, Mordikki Rinrath, to the Malorian Red winery. They actually ended up heading to his manor shortly afterwards to kind of talk about some things that had gone on. He was able to share with them the thievery of a beloved wine recipe of his, Crimson Whispers. They would kind of dig around the establishment, kind of trying to figure out a few odds and ends. Found out some valuable information in the office, the shower, and some of our friends tried to get the house butler drunk a little bit, but
No. It's called getting information.
as Mordecai said, he had to leave for town to go down to Casmerian Bay for a few days. He'd be back in the morning of the day following. They would eventually go meet with Town Guard Barrett. Our friend Barrett would give them some info with a little bit of gold, bribery, if you will. He was able to tell them that they had spotted 3 individuals that kind of entered in blue robes a few days ago into town. With that being said, they were being tracked as they looked a little out of place. They ended up discovering on the shore a murder that had happened. From this murder, there were, with a blunt dagger was stabbed in. It looked like there were little burn marks from where these stabbings were. Mr. Linwell was murdered. With that being said, later, as they found out that these 3 suspicious beings were going to be hanging out around the festival, they would go to Hillside with some friendly guards who had a not so obvious telescope scoped in on 1074, and were kind of watching. if you will, as the night kind of went on and they were watching, waiting for the festival to kind of get going, as people started to gather and come along, they would see a blonde elven lady would enter the tents with one of the royal knights of the realm while one stood watch. As a bright light was emitted out throughout the tents, they would quickly rush in and try and figure out what's happening or what was left. As three of them had entered to find, well, two of them entered. Hrothgar kept watch to find a pretty gruesome scene inside of what had happened from the knight and whoever this lady was that had entered beforehand. Our other three friends would start heading towards the center of the festival, where they would begin to see a bunch of people gather for a speech. The moon sits in the middle of the night sky currently, shining bright with stars above, looking down onto all of you. The only thing that is non-natural light is whatever torches would be being kept and brought to the center of this festival. For our people that are heading towards the festival in the center, will you all remind me who was going and in what order you might be traveling in?
I believe I was in front.
Okay.
I believe I took off after him.
Yeah.
And
I,
then
al-
you
I
followed.
also
Yeah.
followed,
Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect. So Takashi, Talia, and Mero, you guys under the night sky begin to travel through this crowd of people. Initially, what you notice is a bunch of different people coming out of their tents as you hear the bells of maybe what symbolizes a church, but isn't actually a church bell ringing, as if it's time for a main speech, if you will. As you guys are drawing near the center, you see, I want to say, probably 70 or 80 so different pastoral-looking people that begin to gather around just a little wooden stage that's kind of been propped up right in the middle of this maybe 80-foot by 80-foot area. So everybody's kind of gathering around. Will one of you guys roll me a perception check, please?
Absolutely, I will. Somebody else want to?
I'm looking.
Not me.
Go
I
ahead.
got you. 14.
Perfect. With a 14, you notice a few things, if you will.
I will.
You will, with a 14. First of all, you notice that there's certain banners that you recognize are being flown here. One is of House of Frady, the capital, the king from Casmerian Bay.
Mm-hmm.
One is about House Clearheart. We know Lady Clearheart resides in Myth Hollow. One is of Lord Winterfelt. He sits in Evencoast on the southern side of Clear Meadow. One is of Lord Rickton Vale, the House of Vale. You know him as the king's right-hand man, one who has been very instrumental in the bringing together of the Church of Arcanos and what effects they have on the realm. One is that of House Thornbringer. None of you would probably know him. One is of House Angui, a house from Iron Bell. Another one would be of House Gallus from Clearmeadow, or not from Clearmeadow, excuse me, from Casmerian Bay. Lord Cedrin Gallus has a few of his men here, you'd presume, from a banner being flown. All lords and ladies, if you will, of the realm, some pastors, but more just people involved with the church. As we kind of, the 14, roll me an Arcana check, will you?
Yeah. An 8.
Hey, you're not going to notice this.
That's fine.
As a bunch of different people gather in their garbs and whatnot towards the center, you begin to see one man begin to head towards the center. Standing taller amongst the rest as he begins to take the stage and get up on the platform, you see a tall, brooding, well-built older gentleman. He has a shiny, bald head with a white, stubbly beard. He has a mace with a magical glow that hangs off the right side of his belt, almost just protruding, almost like a light cantrip, if you will. Something of that. His robes are white with a green Orosi symbol of the tree that sits on the back, the focal point of his robes, if you will, with gold cuffs to add a touch of elegance to his rather scarred hands. As this man kind of gets up, are you guys wanting to join the crowd, or are you guys, as you see everybody getting together, wanting to kind of step back or step away?
I think Marrow just wants to be involved,
Okay.
so he's definitely.
Are you making your way towards the stage, or are you standing on the outskirts?
He's just gonna gather with the biggest group of people. I just want to be a part of something.
Sure.
So whatever the biggest group of people is, he's gonna walk towards. He could be stopped, but he will just walk towards the biggest group of people.
Talia, I think, might need to hang back a little bit. I feel like she's a little uncertain about walking into this crowd.
Sure.
Yeah, I would advise if you would hang back with us and not just go to the largest group of unknown people you see, but
What do you mean?
let's just see how this goes first, but not be
You guys
directly.
be a part of something?
We already are a part of something. It's us.
I like it. Yeah. Yeah.
Talia's quiet. She's more focused on who's standing on that stage.
What's going on?
I'm gonna sit directly at Talia's feet with my staff in my hand. Just kind of like picking at the grass, maybe picking at the mushrooms on my chest.
She notices a look of disgust a little bit, but it's fine.
Perfect. Before the speech gets started, will you guys just kind of roll me a group stealth check? Not necessarily trying to hide, but how noticeable these three people who aren't dressed in pastoral garbs are hanging out.
My stealth is at disadvantage. The first one I rolled is 14.
Okay.
The second one I roll is a 1.
Oh my god.
I got a 7.
A 7? Okay.
You got a 9.
Oh, nobody over a 10. That's
Oh my
good.
gosh!
I got 17 in total.
My staff may be glowing.
We will hold on to those rolls for a little later.
Oh!
Yeah, you.
Imagine not being
I also have
stealthy.
that disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yikes. 3 least stealthiest
I'm not-
people. That's
Not
alright.
stealthy.
That's alright. As this man, who you can assume is clergyman Hoff,
Right.
takes the stage.
He's
Good
learning.
on me. Good on me. We're learning. He begins to look out over the group of people. As he kind of stands, he kind of just raises his hands, and as he does, they kind of all begin to applaud and just kind of get a little crazy, if you will. As well as you guys join the mix.
Have my babies.
And getting. Do you actually want to shout that, or is that?
I'm not there.
Oh,
He's
oh
in
yeah,
the
fair
tent.
enough. Fair enough. As
Maybe he does shout it.
as he takes the stage, he kind of begins to look out. Thank you all for coming this long way for my name day celebration. I'm gonna try and keep this short and sweet, but you know, as we do in our industry, we tend to ramble on a little bit. So, he kind of gives a little smile and looks out to the crowd, attempting, you can tell, to make eye contact with each and every person. It's been a long year. We have been challenged unlike, I dare say, anyone else on this continent. The Church of Volcanos has taken a lot of scrutiny this year for things that we are just doing to try and help the masses. As he kind of says the masses, they kind of just go, get a little shout, a little praise, if you will, and they just kind of give a little uproar, if you will. The crowd's very interactive, if you will. The King of Wildtide continues to challenge us, not accepting our beliefs, if you will. King Yavatar believes that people should practice magic freely, but we see how much damage that can cause to a nation. We see how much damage it can cause to a people just south of us. We have House of Frady here tonight. Give them a round of applause as they all kind of round of applause. I want to speak to you all saying that we will never let what happened to your land happen again. These scoundrels, these sinners that practice magic, they're no good. They're not like the rest of us. As Meryl looks around. They sit beneath our feet, much like dirt. Their addition and what they have to offer the world is pain, suffering. And that's why I want to tell you all this is going to be a godly year. Lately, a meteor that crashed just a few months ago on the western coast has been harvested. We're naming it after our lord, Uriel, who likes to bring life and justice throughout the land as Uriel Stone. We found that as this stone has been melted down and smithed into beautiful weapons that, when it's used against magic users, let's just say it packs a little more of a punch, if you will. So he kind of smiles, and this brings a loud uproar and cheer from the crowd. I'm not sure you all clapped for that part, but around
Still
you,
clap.
I was gonna say Talia is still generally
As-
have it.
the raucous. As well as this stone is not only going to help us fight the people of Wildtide, but also those damn people up in Emberforge. Those people who reside in Scorched Shield under that flag, Siri, is that his name? Kind of get a little response from the crowd. Yeah, screw that guy. He's stupid. Playing the crowd and a person here, alright guys?
You're doing great.
Their lineage stands no chance. We will burn them, along with anyone else who stands against us. King Matthias hasn't ruled with a strong enough fist, if you will. He's let some magic go unruled here and there. But I assure you our partnership with Ambassador Rickton Vale will once again have a staunch smell over the land. With that being said, I would like to say it's been a rough year, so how about we celebrate? Gods, as you kind of watch from the western side, two royal knights begin to escort a man in handcuffs up to the stage. As he kind of gets up to the stage, you notice a little bag over his head is pulled off. Just an old, maybe mid-30s, early 40s gentleman with a black long beard, shaggy hair, almost as if he hasn't been cut of his hair in maybe a few days, weeks, unkempt, if you will. He kind of looks out to the crowd and he's kind of regaining his eyes and he's just a little skittish, if you will. You see, friends, kind of pats him on the back. This is a sinner. Much like the rest of the realm that we aim to stop, Mr. Linwell here has been caught practicing magic to heal his daughters. I want to point out this doesn't go unnoticed. What would you say you have me do to this man? Will you roll me a D20?
2. Is it roll again?
I'm sorry, you say, kill him? Oh, I would love to. In an instant, he unsheaves his mace from his side and bashes Mr. Linwell's head. As blood splatters kind of out onto the crowd, almost like a Walking Dead Negan kind of thing, he kind of gets back up with a little eye poking out, and he kind of, oh, not enough? Smashes his head in again, and the crowd begins to applaud in uproar that is exciting. You don't hear a single sound of concern, but maybe from the right of you guys. With a 14 perception check, you notice right to the right of you guys, covered in black shawl head to toe, you see a well-built, almost human figure. You see on his arm for a split second with that 14 as this man goes to turn to walk away, a tattoo, a marking, if you will, of a flaming torch. Will you roll me a history check, please, Amaro?
Got it. Really good at those. Really good at those. Let's
You
see.
are.
13.
With a 13, you know that this belongs as the sigil of the Emberforge family. They sit up north in Scorched Shield. That's probably all you would need to know necessarily at this point, or that you would know at this point. You see as this murder is almost done, he goes to turn away. Almost in disgust, he just begins to walk towards out the east side of the recession. As the cheering and the raucous crowd go on, clergyman Hoth kind of looks out to the crowd. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate with magic tonight. As he kind of lights a fireball just up into the air, and it kind of cracks just like a little firework. Almost like there's a little effect onto it. As all these people begin to light off their own magical spells of whatever they will. Come back to you three. What do the three of you do?
Marrow, immediately as he's being killed, is just, no! No! And then I get distracted by the guy to the right and just kind of, I'm just staring in that direction, like trying not to look at the stage.
Yeah.
Talia is not as phased as Marrow is. She's not very happy, but it doesn't seem to surprise her very much what she just witnessed.
Yeah.
She just kind of stares ahead blankly, sort of absorbing, but also somebody that's probably seen something like that happen before.
I also stand there kind of like in awe for a second, and then just like, you can tell like I just have this blank expression on my face and kind of like go dead inside for a second, and then yeah.
As I see them not reacting, I'm just gonna go run to the tent and try and find.
I was gonna say, any conversation, or you just run away?
I'm running away, just like those fucking hypocrites.
Marrow running away catches Talia's attention, and she whips around to run after you.
Can I stay behind?
Yeah,
Just see what happens next?
sure. You kind of hang out towards the party that's beginning to commence as drinks are being brought out from handmaidens. Little lights are being shined. Food is being brought out as they begin to carry out tables, almost like a little banquet to be held here. As we kind of come on back to our friends in the tent. Last we ended session, we left off with your character picking up a note in a briefcase. As you were standing guard right outside, you were kind of hanging out right inside. Any conversation going on?
I'm gonna take a note. Obviously, I see it's got the Erosi seal on it.
Sure.
Be like, Powder. Should we look at this? Should we wait till we get somewhere safe?
I'm in all pursuit of knowledge, so I think we should go ahead and read it.
All right, I like that, and I'm gonna try and undo the seal.
You go to undo the seal. Roll me a Constitution save. You're looking for a 12.
Nope. Not gonna do it.
As you undo the seal, you feel a little shock that prevents you from doing so. You're going to take 2 points of lightning damage as you just kind of feel your fingers singe just a little bit.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
You try it this time.
Alright. Well, can I take a look at the letter itself? Because I saw her get shocked. I kind of want to see for myself.
Yeah, roll me an Arcana check.
That's going to be a 12.
A 12. With a 12, somebody who's specifically dealt with chemicals and all these kind of ingredients into magical items, if you will, you get the sense that there's a little bit of spark powder in here, if you will. You also, with a 12, get the sense of that somebody with higher magical capabilities might have an easier time opening this. But you're more than welcome to try.
I think I'll try to open it as well.
Roll me a Constitution save. And you can roll with advantage.
That's 12.
Okay.
That's a 7.
Perfect. I believe I said 12 was enough, right?
Yep.
You kind of peel the seal right off and you open the letter. Do you want to read it?
Yes, I will read it out loud too. So
Okay. Perfect. You'd probably catch this too.
Guys, they're starting to cheer out there.
As you hear that, has two at the top the names etched out, almost as if it was redacted, if you will. Redacted information. We are reaching out to you due to troubled times. It's not often the church makes an agreement with the Unspoken Alliance and the likes of you, but this is an advantageous place to begin. Our eyes have been pointed towards Milarian Red, a winery that we are suspicious of practicing an injection of a form of magic into their wines for certain clients. We need whoever you believe is good for the job to break in and steal from Mr. Rinrath. He is suspecting of the church, and he sniffs out all of our spies well, and deals with our crown guard too well. A little uneasily well, if you will. The payment would suffice. The payment would suffice upon you stealing a rumored recipe by the name of Crimson Whispers and delivering it to the festival celebrating the name day of the esteemed clergyman himself. 1074 is where one of our esteemed pastors will meet your people. We would appreciate your cooperation in advance if you would like your ongoings in Ironbell and across the continent to stay unbothered. If all else fails, and you are seen out at the festival, there's an abandoned old cave that sits by a weeping willow on the shoreline of Rockshield. Perhaps making a copy of the recipe before you attend the festival, and leaving it with a backup group of thugs would be a good plan. From Pastor Lucia.
I think we got our smoking gun.
I mean, I'm not surprised in the slightest, but at least now we have some concrete proof. You think we should go collect our friends and see what they want to do?
In the note, does it give a time of meeting? Or just a place? Just a place. I think no matter what, we should meet up with everybody as soon as possible. This note did have magic on it, and from what I can tell with my huge arcana skill, I do know that someone higher magic than me probably should have been the one to open this and not me, which scares me.
They probably know it's been opened then, but
So
they don't necessarily know by who, so.
Higher battle pass.
Do you
level,
wanna-
if you will.
I think we should leave the note back in the briefcase. We know what the contents were now, and
I'm not as sure about that. Should we leave it back in the suitcase? Because the seal's already been broken. If we leave it back in the suitcase, all that's going to do is they already know that we have the letter. Without this letter, we might be called liars or just another form of pain, just trying to scam Mordikki. I think this might be better to bring with us. Just your thought.
you know, I can see the benefits of that. If we end up needing it to show Mordecai, it could be very useful, I think. Hrothgar,
Yeah!
you got any eyes out on our friends?
Exactly as you asked that, the little goblinoid
They're
comes
fucking
running by.
hypocrites.
The
and
little
Talia
goblin's
showed
coming
up.
back.
Marrow,
They're
Marrow, come
they're
back.
fucking hypocrites.
The what?
stop
They're
yelling.
hypocrites.
The what?
They're hypocrites.
Hippo. Like
Yeah.
the giant animal?
They killed a guy, and then for using magic, and then they start using. I don't even know what's wrong with using
They
that.
killed the guy?
Yeah,
Fusing magic?
they fucking.
And then they did it themselves?
The guy upstage took him.
What a bunch of dirty crooks!
It's
That's
not
what
a
I'm saying.
secret. It's the clergymen will kill somebody if they find them using magic.
But then they just used it themselves.
Because
They
they're
should-
allowed to.
They should all kill themselves.
No.
I mean,
Well,
it's in their
stop.
bylaws. It's in their
Stop.
Why
bylaws.
does anybody
That's,
have to
that's
die?
all I'm
You're
saying.
not helping him calm down.
Why does anybody have to die?
Talia
That's
throws
what
her
I'm
hands up.
saying. But I think by their rules, it's
She
only
walks
right
into
for
the tent
them.
because they're yelling. Did you guys find anything
Yeah, we gotta get to probably a safer place. But
right now?
We might want to start heading out
I mean,
as soon
if
as
they're
possible.
killing people out there,
Takashi is still up there. He didn't follow us.
I'll go get
I'll-
the Kashi. You
I'm
guys
going
wait
back.
here.
Rosgard,
And I start going to get the
I don't
Kashi.
think we should. Oh, we're waiting. We're waiting here. He leaves.
we didn't tell Rosgard where to go, so we kind of have to wait for him to come back.
What did you guys find?
I think it's better for us to get as far away.
We'll wait
That's
till
possible.
everyone's together. Just
Okay.
less repeating ourselves around present company might be better.
I will enter the tent really quick and just give up the information. There was they hit his head in, and then they hit it again, and then I don't know. I looked over to the right because I didn't want to look at the stage, and there was a guy with a flaming torch tattoo on his arm.
Next to us.
He was, and they walked away. I'm pretty sure he was. I don't even know how I know this, but Forge. Yeah, that one. They not like magic either.
No, people to the north generally are accepting. If he's from Embercrest, then maybe that's why he was surprised.
He didn't look surprised. He just
Disgusted.
walked away.
Can you remember anything else about the people you saw? Any names we could have?
I remember there was a
Symbiotes.
guy on stage and his eye was popping out at
Well,
one point.
yes, we
And then
know.
they
We
hit
already
it again
talked.
and it was really out.
Yes, we know.
About-
You said the man who was killed.
That's all I remember.
Do you remember any the surrounding area? Anything you saw?
It was grass. And then the guy to my right walked off.
Any of the people you saw, or is the only person you remember?
There were banners for all kinds of people.
What kind of banners did you see? This is all information.
Frady, Clearheart, Winterfell, Thornbridge, and Qua. My memory's not great here, guys. And like a Gallus. Like a chalice, but with a G. There was all kinds of banners.
Talia is not as forthcoming with this information. It doesn't seem like she wants to necessarily share it.
What really concerned me is Takashi seems like he enjoyed it. He's still there.
He did not seem like he enjoyed it.
I thought he was gonna throw a fireball
If
up
I
like the
know
other
anything
guys.
about Takashi and my few times of working with him and crossing his path, he's probably just gathering more information.
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Zindra, I'm personally not feeling too confident about staying here. However, if you think that's the best plan, I'm going to step out and keep watch while you fill them in with what was in the note. And I'll leave the note behind with Zindra.
Sounds agreeable.
You step out. Before we go back to Takashi and Rothgar is quickly approaching, is there anything you'd like to do?
I'd like to just kind of look around. At this point, I'm just
Sure.
watching to see if I can see anybody.
Mickey, roll me a perception check, please.
It's going to be a 5.
You are safe.
That's very confident.
You're the safest person.
Takashi, as we kind of step back to you, what would you like to do? They're making this a place of celebration, if you will, as a bunch of pastors are going to sit down at tables. The drinks are beginning to be poured on heavy as they're kind of hanging out, just chatting.
I just want to, forgive me, who was just last on stage?
Clergyman Hoth, and then it was Mr. Linwell, who was murdered.
Right.
Was.
I would just
He
want
was
to,
on
I want to
stage.
pay attention to Clergyman Hoff just for a second and kind of just watch what he does.
Give me a Arcana check, please, as you're keeping a keen eye on him. Dropping dice.
You want to borrow mine?
Getting excited out here.
You got it? Right.
That's a 10. Or sorry, 9.
Yeah, you're doing a really good job of keeping an eye on him. You see he goes and sits down. Familiar face, Pastor Rebel Lovecraft is sitting at his table. The same blonde lady who entered the tent earlier is sitting at the table. Those are only the two faces that you would really recognize. But almost as you're so caught up in keeping a eye on clergyman, Clergy man. Sorry. I was doing so well.
Clergy.
You
were right.
It's
It's
G, man.
G.
I was doing so well tonight, guys.
No wonder you're level 1 English.
Takashi. You don't even necessarily notice it. You feel a little hand just kind of sit on your shoulder. But as soon as the voice speaks, you recognize who it is. What are the likes of you doing here? And as you turn around, you see, with a little mask almost pulled over his face, just piercing purple eyes that kind of, with a hood right over it, purple eyes just kind of speak through. He is just in full black leather gear. You recognize Lord Cedrin Gallus. Yeah, it didn't take you for these kind of church meetings.
I'm not here specifically for the church meeting.
You don't get your rocks off going up there and doing all that.
Personally, that's not me, no.
Of course. I gotta say, I didn't think I'd find you this soon. Kind of feel a tightening of the hand on your shoulder.
And as I feel it tightening, I would like to try to get away now.
Okay.
And possibly, maybe push him, distract him, or...
If I could.
Yeah.
This gentleman, what's his name? What's the guy's name?
Lord Cedrin Gallus.
Lord Cedric Gallus. All of a sudden, Lord Cedric Gallus feels an even bigger, larger hand.
As he kind of looks back,
I'm standing. How tall is he? How tall is he?
he's 6 foot.
So 6'2", you gotta look up at me a little bit. I'm like, excuse me, I need to talk to my friend here. You
Oh,
mind excusing us?
of course, you would be. He reaches out his hand.
Rothgar.
Pleasure to meet you, Rothgar.
Yeah.
I didn't know you went on and made friends.
Oh yeah.
Are there
What good
just
friends?
you two traveling together?
Well, yeah. What else would you? Do you think we're with a group of people? Do we look like those kind of people?
Roll me deception with advantage.
Natural
Yeah.
20.
Yep.
Nice.
Takashi was never one for friends anyways. He kind of loosens the grip on your shoulder and just kind of looks towards you. He's seen you around. Just kind of smiles through the mask as you see his eyes just squint. You know he's smiling. You've seen this smile enough. So he kind of walks off to join the passers in the crowd.
That dude was weird.
You could say that, yeah.
He got something going on with his teeth, like he's got a mask on.
I'll explain who he is at a later time. Let's just get back to the group.
Really quick, who's that hypocrite or whatever the guy was talking about that killed the dude?
Oh, that's a whole thing. You
I
know.
mean, maybe we should give him a talking to.
Who? The Marrow or
No, the other guy, the one that bashed the dude's head in on the stage.
His time will come. I agree with you. I agree.
Hear me out. There's a lot of drinking going on right now. We wait 5, maybe 10 minutes. I think we can get in and out.
Talia's
Lickety
itching
split.
so hard right now.
Now is not the time for a drink.
I mean, it worked with the guy back at the mansion. He barely got out of there. Now, I don't know about you, but where I grew up, drinking was just like water. Alcohol, water, synonymous. It's like Italy. It's some place I read about in the book one time. It's this fictional land where it's full of people that do things. So,
Way to stay away from the the stigmatisms.
all I'm saying, me, you, the other people, they're fine waiting for us. We could.
Did they send you after me? Is it urgent? Cause I can take care of myself, and I feel like.
I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily sent as much as I left.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't stop me. Well, they didn't try very hard, at least.
Are they expecting us to like come back urgently?
Technically, yes.
So I think we should probably get back to them.
But, hear me out. This guy...
How about one for the road? You bring it with you.
Who?
The beer. Oh wait.
I don't care about drinking.
Oh, I thought we were
don't
still on
need
that
it.
topic.
I'm talking about them, they drink and they get a little crazy and then boop, your head's off.
I don't know if it's as simple as that.
I've done it before.
Well, then we'll plan B. That's plan B.
Alright, if you're so adamant about it, then I will yield to your wishes, sir. But we better be getting back before that Marrow guy starts talking all about these animals and hippos and stuff like that. Because I didn't even see any here.
Oh, you just missed them.
They were here? Well, okay.
The hippos.
Next time. We'll
Next time.
next
Yeah.
time. But we gotta get back.
Let's go.
Are you sure?
Positive.
You guys both begin to head back. And I presume you head back to enter the tent, as all 6 of you are back in tent 74, with blood-stained grass on it.
Is this my first time going in the tent?
Yes.
Oh my god, what happened here? Did you guys do this? Why is no one talking?
I'm still watching.
Still, no one's talking.
it's
Did you
really-
do this?
No. None of us did it. Calm
They
down.
should have been very convincing with the no, I didn't kill anybody as soon as I walked in the tent.
I'm still shocked that this guy's head came off. His eye was bulging.
It was bulging?
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
then they
gosh.
started shooting magic.
You want to go back to getting real drunk? We could,
Absolutely
Rock
not.
Rothgar. They found something.
Oh.
We're waiting.
Was it
we
a
were
bunch
waiting
of-
for you guys.
Of this?
No, it was not a bunch of this. Zendra, what did you find? They're all here.
So we found a seal about.
So there was like a zoo or something here.
Now that you speak about it.
You had hippos,
No.
you had seal.
So we found a sealed letter.
Oh, my
It
apologies.
had the Orosi seal, so you know this comes from high up. So somebody was paid or made an agreement to steal Crimson Whispers because they allege that it's being used to help certain buyers get magic. And so,
Can I see the letter? Talia holds her hand up.
well, we burnt it so that nobody could trace us.
Oh, okay.
You burnt it. Why would you? That's dumb.
Because my friend here, Powder, said he could detect magic on it.
Oh.
I'm outside the tent still.
So you could detect magic. Did you remember what it said?
The seal? Yeah. Or the letter, sorry. The sealed letter. Yeah, so apparently this Pastor Lucia was supposed to come and meet with the people in the tent and get the recipe, and then they would either have the recipe here in the tent, or if they didn't feel safe, there was a cave where they were going to meet up and get the recipes there if they left it with somebody else.
So
So we don't know if she is that would be the woman that came into the tent.
I would assume. I don't know
I
her
would assume as
personally,
well.
so.
Somebody want to roll a history check to remember what the 3 of you who were in the tent might have remembered, or the 2 of you from that letter.
It'll be a 17 for me.
From what you remember, the letter stated specifically that Pastor Lucia was going to come get the copy that they had with them. But they were instructed specifically from the letter to have a backup written down that would be in the cavern by the Weeping Willow on the beach.
So they got the only they got the only recipe, made a copy just in case something happened.
Oh.
So we can go to Mordikki. He should be back on the morrow, or we can try to track down this
The copy.
copy.
but if we get the copy, we bring it back to Mordecai.
We bring it back.
We
to
get
Mordikki.
our reward though. What does it matter if we bring it back to him? We
Well,
already have another copy.
I want to bring it back so that nobody else dies because they used magic.
Well, apparently that you just do that all willy-nilly around these parts.
That's not uncommon. Clear
What do you
Meadow,
mean that's not uncommon?
You guys
Clear
should
Meadow
know
has
where we
very
are.
strict magical rules.
You guys just go around killing people?
You know,
The
I heard
church
about it
can.
as a child, but I never knew it was just like this blatant apparent.
It is. It always has been. I've seen that since I was very little.
I'm so sorry.
For what?
They kill people out in the street?
They did something wrong. They had to be executed.
I hardly think using magic is wrong. I mean, did they hurt anybody?
Most of the time, yes.
I was born in a swamp, and that's quite barbaric.
Talia shakes her head. That had nothing to do with what we were just talking about.
So you're
so
telling me
confused.
that most of the people that do use magic end up hurting people, and they deserve to die from that.
I can't say everybody does. Talia kind of.
But like
shrugs her
you're kind of
shoulders
confident, like maybe.
I don't feel safe here. We should talk somewhere else.
Actually, that's probably the smartest thing I've ever heard you say.
He
I
said
would
that
agree with
last
that.
time too.
I do think we should probably leave this tent.
So are we going to the cave then?
I think while everyone is distracted with the merrymaking and the drinking, might be our best time.
I agree.
Whatever.
Go back to Sinkfoot Tavern.
I mean, we can go there after if you want to drink.
No, I'm just saying. We could, if you're looking for a safe place to go.
Oh, we
We
were
have to get the
invited to the
recipe.
vineyard. We can just go back to the mansion if we needed a safe place, I assume. I don't see why we can't go to the cavern.
Did the gentleman that I saw with the tattoo walk towards the beach?
No,
No.
he went the opposite way
Okay.
towards mainland.
Got it.
Left going north.
Got it.
I think we probably should secure the copy of the recipe.
Just to make sure.
And we don't know what else we might find there that would be good to report to Mordecai. And then I believe that the job would be
You
finished.
got a good point. You're a very good point maker.
Yes,
I-
Rothgar.
I also
I
just
know.
feel like if we don't get it, Mordecai's gonna be killed because he was using magic.
I don't think Mordecai's going to be killed for using magic.
What?
They obviously know he's been using magic already.
I mean,
so.
if they kill Mordecai, what's going to happen to Lumineer?
I'm still outside at this point. I'm gonna keep looking around as far as.
Alright. So we're in agreement?
Let it go. Yeah.
All right.
Roll me a perception check, sir.
What did your eyes see?
This time a 17.
17. Goose looks clear. Party seems inward.
Coast looks clear. What did you guys decide on?
I mean,
Towards the cave.
if the two, if you're permitting, we're gonna go towards the cavern and try to find this extra copy.
We're just going after the extra copy, not the original.
I mean, if you want to pick a fight with the church, go on ahead, but it might be a bit out of our depth at the current moment.
I understand that, but if we're going after just a copy of it, just a background copy, what's the point of going for it if the original is in the hands of
That's
the
what I said.
church? That's my. If we're going to do this, I say we get both copies. If not, our better choice would be to tactically retreat, I believe.
I don't think that it would be safe to get both copies.
Do you have any plan of how we could find this Pastor Lucille and get the copy from her, or the original? Because I mean, if you were in that tent, you saw what they did.
What was our original job? What were we tasked to do?
Find out who stole the recipe.
And now we sold the recipe.
We found out who stole the recipe.
I mean, we found out.
But he told us
stole
if we
it?
bring
Well,
it
I mean,
back.
We don't exactly know who it was that was paid and stole it. That part was
Is the risk worth
Crossed
the
out.
reward there? The risk of
I don't
messing
know.
with the church?
I mean,
I don't think it is.
No,
I still don't feel safe and don't feel like we should be talking about this right now.
no matter what.
Just watch the guy get his head clobbered.
Again, Marrow speaks 90% of the time in nonsense, but this one moment I believe he's making some
seems
sense.
to be a common occurrence. I think you need to give Meryl a bit more credit.
I mean, you guys are best friends, you
Yeah.
know.
Okay,
No,
no,
brothers.
back on it.
As you guys are talking, you begin to hear two sets of footsteps
Oh, shit.
outside of the tent. One sounds like splint greaves against the ground, and another just sounds like leather boots.
We are literally
kind
in
of
a
hear.
tent.
You kind of hear. Yeah, that's when I told him he's a sinner, so I had somebody kill him. Well, rightfully so. I mean, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. As they kind of just pass the front of your tent and keep going around it, kind of making their way around. And you know, I mean, it's not always so black and white, but you know, it's always gray if you know what I mean. And the kind of guy, yeah, I know exactly. I mean, like they're sinning. Like, but can't somebody sin in a way that's gonna help somebody else? Well, you know, you never say that. And then as they kind of walk away, their discourse.
Talia is really uncomfortable. We need to leave. We need to leave
The
this.
party's getting closer.
We need to go.
We start heading towards the beach. I start.
We're surrounded by people that are completely against magic users, and I know there are several of you that use magic. It's time.
Whoa, don't go around accusing people.
That's a good way to get one of your friends murdered, apparently.
Don't say that.
Collective stealth check, please.
Have we've had a long rest.
No, you're not.
Yes, we did.
Since the last
Last
time.
night, yeah.
I need it.
I don't know.
Do you think it's worth it?
22.
21.
1. Look, I'm not stealthy. I'm not pretending to be.
I got a 23.
Good for you,
Eleven.
baby.
With
Good for
on
you.
is it?
Yeah, I roll.
Do I need to say it before I roll?
if you want.
Okay.
Typically, yeah, but.
All right, so I cast Pass Without Trace.
21.
So I had a collective 60.
Yeah.
So you guys are moving quietly enough as you make your way out of the camp, kind of heading towards the beachfront?
Yeah.
Or
Is that where the cave
Yeah.
is?
Is
Cameras,
that
yeah.
where you
On
guys
the
are
beach
wanting
by
to
the
head?
willow,
Or
by the weeping willow.
where you guys are wanting to go there?
Yes.
I think so. You said that was what was in the letter.
Where we decided.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Perfect. You guys begin to make your way over the grassy hills, and slowly grass begins to turn into sand. As you begin to hear the seashore to the right of you, the waves are calm tonight as they slowly crash up onto the beach. Up the, I guess, hillside, if you will, the rock formation, you hear the going-ons in the town of Rockshield. The town is lively tonight. You can presume they're all having a festival of their own to celebrate their great esteemed clergymen. It'll be forever a problem. It's alright.
You're fine.
As you're making your way down the beach, it's just you. About 50 feet ahead, you see a weeping willow that stands alone, kind of grown outwards from the rock face, almost horizontally. Kind of with all of its branches withering away, if you will, it sits alone. Night is still rather young.
There's the willow tree. That's where we need to go.
Talia is not staring at the tree. She's stopped and she's just staring at the water. She's never seen water like that before. And it's really leaving an impact on her. She's very quiet, taking it in, enjoying the moment.
Alright.
I'm gonna walk up next to Talia. Actually, I'm gonna say, I had no idea to grow up like that.
I did.
I mean, so seeing that kind of stuff just doesn't faze you anymore?
She takes a really deep breath and is still staring at the waves. She goes, I don't know that it doesn't bother me. I don't know.
It's,
I'm just used to it. Does that make sense?
I guess it boggles my mind because in my mind I saw you and your whole family as such these moral, upright, standing people.
I know.
And then to hear stories, you always hear stories. You always hear rumors about what this family does or what this person might do and this, that, and the other thing. And I know that, magic wasn't always you guys' most favorite thing, but I didn't realize that.
It was never my father's favorite thing, ever. My mother's not like that, though. Mother's sweet. Like with those two people that said when they walked by our tent, sometimes there's a gray area. And Mother says that a lot. She always says that sometimes you can't look at a situation and just automatically know if it's black or white or if it's right or wrong. There's sometimes a lot in between that's gray. but she never really explains what that means.
She always had the softest eyes and the kindest smile.
She does. I miss Mother.
I don't know, I can't wrap my head around it.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. If there's one thing that I've learned is that if you're not around it a lot, it does come and surprise or impact you a lot more.
Does it ever, infuriate you? Does it ever stir up something in your soul that just is telling you that this is mindless, this is not right?
Talia is starting to show signs of sadness because there's a little part of her that is bothered by it, a lot more than she's ever said out loud. But she looks at Rothgar and goes, I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah.
Let's go
I
find this
understand.
cavern, I think. I think we should do that. And she starts to walk away.
And Rothgar kind of just stands there, kind of taking the place of Talia now, just looking out into the waves in a way that he's never been impacted by seeing this before. Kind of taking the emotion that she seemingly couldn't feel, or I don't know. He's just feeling a way that he never felt before as he's sitting there pondering her words and the words of her mother. And after he stands there for a while, he kind of just shakes it off and he starts following her, heading towards the beach.
Before you leave, can you roll me a Arcana check?
Ooh. I cannot roll you an Arcana check.
Sure. You stand there looking over the waves, kind of having these thoughts to yourself. As you're thinking these things, you feel as if for a second you catch the waves almost trying to speak to you. But you can't quite make out what it is, and you feel like you're just crazy.
Too much to drink. Too much to drink.
Before we head to the cavern, does anybody else want to have a conversation? Or?
I think it's a good time to mention to you all, I don't fight. I mean, I fight, I don't fight.
Do you need to be taught how?
No,
You're a pacifist?
that's can't. Personally, yes, I am a pacifist. So, if we are to fight, how do I put this? Don't expect it to go as planned. I still don't really like talking about it, so hopefully we can just grab this thing and go. But if it comes to it, just know I'm sorry, personally.
I don't think you should be sorry for that.
I'll protect you. Don't worry about it.
No, you're such a kind friend. You're
No.
such a kind
Brother.
friend.
Okay, no,
I'm
no,
a good brother to him.
Yeah.
You are.
not a brother,
We look just alike.
a work pal. Sure.
And I'll take it.
Okay.
I think that's the nicest thing you've maybe said to him the full time we've known each other. You guys being such close friends, I find that shocking.
I'm starting to feel like he's a fungus that grows on me that I'm trying to get rid of, but it just has to grow.
I have been told I'm
Talia
a fun
laughs
guy.
very loud. when she
Okay,
hears you say that.
yeah, you've said that before. Let's just go to the cave.
Yeah. You all walk on the sandy beach, and it's not hard to find. It's not hidden. Probably 10 feet past the Weeping Willow, you see a cave entrance that stands about 8-9 feet. The door standing about 4, maybe 5 feet wide as a natural entrance to the cavern. It's going to be a little skinny getting through here. Not for our short folk, of course, but as you guys begin to enter the cave, is there a certain order we want to walk in, or just kind of free flow?
Guys, before we enter the cave, what if we...
You say whispering.
No, I'm whispering right now. Right now I'm whispering. And I don't feel like I need to mention that I'm whispering because you can tell by my vocal inflection and the way I'm speaking right now that I am in fact whispering.
It's a nice whisper.
Thank you. I think, guys, that maybe we should wait until they fall asleep. I mean, what time is it? Anybody know what time it is? It's nighttime, obviously, but...
My sundial.
I don't imagine they're going to Also, bringing out a sundial at night is hilarious. I don't imagine they're going to be sleeping if their job right now is to hand it off. I think that would be more towards
I don't
morning.
know. I don't know if you've ever, found the cave, made the cave nice and comfortable, lit a fire, had some good
cave?
friends,
Nice and comfortable?
and then you just end up falling asleep.
Okay. Also, I don't know if Zindro noticed, there's no time notice on the note. There was no certain time.
Probably
notice
because they
supposed
didn't
to
have
be.
a watch like the rest of you.
So, the more we wait and everything, we could be waiting here and they're already long gone. I think we might need to at least take a look around.
That makes
Whoever's
sense.
the stealthiest, and I think that might be Zindra in this case.
I think it's the last right there. I think she's quiet.
I say we'll send Zindra in. Zindra, do you have
By
some way?
herself?
Well,
I have.
It's a job best left to the professionals.
There's that angst.
She's so young.
I think
But
it might
she's
be
got
best.
that something about her,
16-year-old angst.
Yeah, with 16. I think it might be best. Do you have some way of letting us know, a signal per se?
Yeah,
If
I'll be
a
able
fight
to let you
starts.
guys know.
Okay. The rest of us should stay out front in case backup comes or whoever's supposed to. Let's hide and just watch while Zindra investigates. Any opposition?
No.
I suppose if you have a way to communicate with us, that makes the most sense.
Do we know how you're gonna communicate with us?
He's probably gonna use his thing with our brains.
Hey, we got 6 hours this time. I'm gonna do the same
Okay.
2 friends. I'll be like, same thing as last time.
Fair enough.
Just don't let anyone know. Keep an eye out. I'll be back.
You just see Rothgard just standing there.
Is this the
Oh, there's
first
like a-
time we see
How are you?
magic used as far as
There's
you?
nothing
We don't know.
visible.
There's nothing
Yeah.
visible? Okay.
It's all in their brain.
Okay. This is-
I'm just staring
In
at
their
Rothgard.
mind, I should say.
Okay. With that being said,
Without further ado, Zendra goes to enter the cavern alone.
Be safe.
As sand under your feet begins to turn to cold stone, you begin down an enclosed path. As you begin to wind and turn along the floor and the wall, you begin to notice almost growing out of the wall these little blue flowers that you've never seen before. Not in your travels, at least. Unlike most flowers, you notice that the petals almost have a neon blue glow, almost darkening as it gets towards the center, where it's almost like a soot black that sits at the center. About 30 feet ahead of you, you do hear a voice. Alright, I'm here to pick it up. What do you guys got for me? As a response, you hear silence. Alright, I'm not playing games this time, alright? What do you got for me? And then you hear as you hear clanking metal bang against the floor and drop. About 30 feet ahead, you're kind of in a straight tunnel, and it turns. You see as this body falls back, a crown guard's helm kind of roll off towards your hallway. What do you do?
So, hearing and then also seeing this crown guard, I'm still gonna keep moving forward, but I'm gonna try and be slowly,
Sure.
and just kind of sneak and try to get to where I can maybe get a better vantage point than from only seeing like the exit of the tunnel.
Yeah, sure. Do you tell your friends anything, or you just move?
Yes, they will hear. I want to make sure they can hear like full conversations, and
Sure.
they're also able to send it back to me.
What ability is that called?
So this is just my psychic whispers. We can just speak telepathically.
Cool.
As long as we're within a mile.
Sure. You walked a mile, so.
Well darn.
It's like a mile on 1 foot, so you're right over the front.
I'm going in and out.
I'm in a tunnel.
I'm losing connection.
Can you hear me
So I'm just
now?
gonna let them know and be like, well, it looks like whoever currently has the copy doesn't want to let it go so easily. Somebody just killed a crown guard. Not that it is a negative to any of us.
Kind of look at Takashi just like, did he say crown guard?
He did.
What do you?
What?
What's happening?
What do you mean?
What do you mean crown
Can you
guard?
roll for gaslighting?
Gaslight?
And can you roll an insight?
Nat 20, baby!
What am I rolling?
It doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
You got gaslit.
Oh.
You,
Okay,
I think the seawater is getting to you.
Yeah.
Don't. Yeah.
that might be.
God.
Very on brand.
Do you guys say anything? Or?
Yeah, you guys can respond back as well.
I'm kind of gonna turn around from everybody. So no,
It's telepathic. You can just think it.
Oh,
You
I
don't
can?
I'm not positive Rothgar knows
You
that.
know, honestly, after Mike's gonna just
Right.
Be right back, guys.
like kind of covers his mouth, and he's just mouthing the words underneath his hand. He's just mouthing the words as he's talking in
Picks
his
up a
head.
seashell. Hello.
Puts up to his ear to like listen back. Rothgar's just gonna think, do you need backup?
I'm gonna try and find out more information, but just be ready to make a grand entrance if you need.
Is there anything we should look out for? Is there any booby
I mean-
traps, anything?
So far, the tunnel itself has been fine. If anything's gonna be trapped, it's probably the actual cavern.
And you've only seen one person so far.
I mean, yes, I've only seen one person. They got decapitated, but I think it would probably be safe to assume somebody did it to him rather than a trap did it to him. I think that's a easier conclusion to draw. But I'll try and find out more.
Do you guys wait on the exit or continue to start to go in the cave? You would feel like it took her maybe about 4 or 5 minutes before she started speaking.
Just a girl.
What'd you say?
Oh, I whispered, she's just a girl.
Yeah, but I've done work with her before. She can take care of herself.
Oh, okay.
I say we wait at least 2-3 more minutes, then we'll give it a go.
Are we supposed to know when 2-3 minutes pass? No one brought a watch. Do we count in our head? Okay. I'll do the first minute. You do the second, and then we'll both count to 30 twice.
You got it.
Okay.
My character would think this is very suspicious if I wasn't gaslit into thinking that I'm just hallucinating currently.
You turn the corner into the cavern, if you will. Roll me a perception check.
Do I have a certain score I'm trying to hit?
What'd you roll? Sorry.
So a 7, but I need to know whether or not I need to use some of my...
You with a 7, you're looking for a 15. Sorry.
Okay, I wouldn't be able to get anyway then.
Okay. As you guys, you kind of turn the corner with your perception. You hear a fire going off towards your right. You look into the cavern and you see there's a little wall that kind of intersects between a right lane and a left lane back towards the back. It's pretty dark in here. You don't notice all too much, to be honest, and you don't see anybody either.
Okay, so by a fire, it was like a lit almost campfire?
Campfire,
Or,
yep.
okay. Was this on one of the two sides, or was it like in the middle before the room got split by this wall?
You don't see the campfire. It's off
Okay.
to the right side. It's emitting light through the cavern.
So I hear more of the crackling and
Mm-hmm.
the hint of light.
Yeah.
Then in that case, I going to head more towards the left because there's less light being given off, so I feel like less chance of being detected by...
Roll me a very important stealth check, if you will.
Heavy was what I'm
Being
gonna...
alone and 4 to 5 minutes out.
It's gonna be a 19 plus 7. 26.
You do your little scout crouch, and you start to go unseen as you crouch into the cave. You clock, as you kind of enter in a little deeper, 2 people standing right around the campfire, and you hear the noise of 1 from the back end of the left tunnel. With that, as a few minutes pass, as our group begin to make their way in.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We haven't heard anything from her. She hasn't come back.
No,
I'm starting to get worried.
I agree.
We should definitely go in there. I would assume probably night, like right now. It's
Yeah.
probably been like 2 or 3 minutes, maybe.
I know you don't fight, so if you just want to go ahead and hop on, and then I'm gonna turn into a panther.
Whoa!
Like to turn into a panther.
I retract the
Very-
statement of work friends.
I very slowly, you just see me kind of get on all fours, and my body just from like one hand turns into this panther, but it's not. He's black, but he's not as sleek as a panther should be. I've got mushrooms growing on the sides. There's parts where the fur has been torn away, and almost even the flesh torn away, where you can see open wounds. I look defiled and decrepit. But you can tell that even with the open wounds, they've been healed back, and that's kind of given me some extra resilience.
Perfect.
It's like the front of an Animorph book.
That's exactly what I
You get on his
used.
back?
Huh?
You get on his back?
Absolutely not.
The party begins to make their way into the cavern. You don't see them coming, per se. Are you going to try and do something else before they get there, or are you going to stay put?
Well, as soon as I see and then hear the third person or being, I'm gonna at least relay that to my 2 friends here, and that way they at least know what to expect if they are to come in.
Sure.
And I'm gonna relay back. Hey, we're coming in.
Alright, just try not to give away my position.
Perfect.
I'm gonna say to the party, you need to be quiet. I just feel like we need to be quiet, okay?
As we go in,
Don't read into it.
As we go in, still gaslighted. Gaslit.
It'll wear off eventually.
The
The debuff will leave.
do I
Roll
see
for
those
gaslight.
blue flowers?
You do.
Eat one.
You, as you're looking at them, don't necessarily recognize them. You haven't seen them before either.
Am I able to take a sample?
Of course. Pull a little flower from the wall. As it kind of gets in your hand, you feel the neon part of the flower a little wet, if you will, as to where you move the little soot blackness on the inside kind of shakes off a little bit. But at the core, it's just like a black, almost orb, if you will.
Interesting. I think I'll take more of them then.
Sure. Yeah.
Have we seen the decapitated royal guard yet?
Nope, you're not at the cavern entrance. And as you guys eventually approach the cavern entrance, you see the decapitated head. You begin to hear movement from the back left-hand corner. Roll me another stealth check, please. This time with disadvantage.
It's gonna be an 11. I need to know before if I beat it or not.
You do have a chance. It's 17. What power are you using?
My psionic dice, but because I
Perfect.
failed, it doesn't use up a charge, so.
Awesome. With that failing, you kind of are standing there. You hear your party begin to scatter down the cavern. You look over to your left, and you notice from head to toe covered in blue robes, almost like a hood, Assassin's Creed type vibe. Just a humanoid covered, got brown gloves on. But as you look at his face, his eyes are normal. His whole face is normal, but outside of the fact you notice he doesn't have lips, but instead just stitching from the bottom lip to the top lip all the way down as he kind of just looks at you and cocks his head at you. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back here in a few minutes as we find out just exactly who our party is going to meet. Welcome back. Right before our break, we had Zendra staring down a weird-looking humanoid. As this man looks kind of back at you, covered in robes head to toe, with the stitching that has his lips absolutely shut. You kind of hear in your head, "Leave. Now. You're not involved here."
I'm going to try to telepathically speak back, since that's how I was spoken to, and be like, I might not be involved, but there is something I'm looking for. If I could just have it, I'll be on my way.
I'm gonna give you one more chance. This doesn't concern you, little girl. And immediately, can you make me a dexterity saving throw?
Nat 20. Calling it.
Auto nat 20.
Calling it right now.
This is going to be a 9.
Okay. Your 6 would not help you here. Immediately, as your friends come to round the corner, they see a knife that is thrown from the fire side of the cavern right at you. Roll hit. 2. 14? 14 will hit, dealing to you 2 piercing, 3 fire damage. As this black, dull knife kind of comes across from the cavern and hits you right in your abdomen, kind of piercing right below your rib cage. You feel a little fiery flame kind of begin to solder the wound as it's hurting you, if you will. As this knife sits protruding out of you. We're about to roll initiative. First, you guys got to see the map.
Yay!
It's only my life savings.
Woo! Looks so good.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Wow.
That's nice, Riley.
It is. It was expensive, unfortunately. So, Zendra, you kind of sit right about here. You immediately see from down the hall the one guy that you were talking to. You see another one kind of standing on this little pillar right here. The dead guard's body that is just on the table right here because he's not really in scene, but he's right up there. And then the 5 of you are coming rushing in. As you're rushing in, what order do you want to rush in? Just kind of where you want to be placed on the map as we start
Where's
here.
the third person?
You don't see it.
Okay, so I can't see him.
Yep.
Okay.
Or you can.
Well, I saw 2 by the fire originally, but I can't see one of them now. Did he move away?
You
Okay.
assume, yes.
Which way did the knife come from?
Knife came from this
Knife
guy
was
over
this.
here.
I'll be up front
Okay.
in my panther form.
I'll
Yeah.
go behind him.
I don't know if we don't have a panther, just use.
Do you have a liger?
Yeah, we'll use your kind.
Yeah.
You're gonna keep more wild shaman. Where would you like to be?
Yeah, like right
Around here?
Yeah, right
Okay,
there.
perfect.
I'll come up behind Rothgard.
Where do you want to be, Rothgar?
I'm gonna come like right here and like make sure that Zendra's okay.
Sure. And then Talia, where would you like that to put you?
Directly.
Behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
Havoc.
I'll be in the back.
The back, like towards the entrance more? Or do you want to be in this little corner?
Who's
Havoc? I'll be in this corner right here.
This corner right here. Perfect. Kashi,
I want to go on the other side of Zendra.
right around.
Yeah.
Let's all stand in the same place.
That never
I was
hurts you
thinking.
guys ever to stand all in the exact
Maybe
same
different
spot.
color
Are these final?
And
Yes.
question: how tall is the cave height?
You're talking
You said,
10
I was gonna
to
say
12
9
feet
to 10.
tall.
Okay.
Once you
Like
get
it
in.
said.
Alrighty, friends. Would you like to roll me initiative, please?
Yes.
Slay queen.
I'll just use my initiative.
Oh, dang.
I rolled a 5.
Alrighty, real
What's your
fast.
initiative?
Before you guys
Is that
switch
what it's
shouting
like?
at me, this is our first combat. I'm just gonna go around one by one. 25 to 30. 20 to 25. Raise your hand. 15 to 20. What did you come in at?
I came in at 19.
19.
Yeah, because of my.
Racial bonus.
Sorry. I'm trying to find. Go ahead and go with the other.
You're all good, yeah. 10 to 15.
I got a 13.
13. I see nothing's changed. 10, 5 to 10. Perfect. 9. 9's Rothgar. 8. I know you have the higher dex.
I'd be
Actually, it's a
fine. I
panther.
would be
Or
fine.
who wants to go first?
I would be fine
I can
going
go first.
second because I get.
Okay.
It'll be easier for me.
And then Talia. What does that put you at?
I have a 15 dex.
Whole 5. Perfect. Awesome. As we enter into initiative here, and the fight kind of breaks out, you begin to hear and kind of watch them begin to pull out of their coats, if you will, these little robes, as they have a bunch of little black knives in there, if you will. But actually, first in our initiative order is going to be Powder.
So, my character's gonna kind of like fade out, kind of like he's kind of a little dizzy and everything, and he's gonna kind of like slouch forward a little bit to kind of look like it is, and he's gonna immediately wake up and go, "Oh, I see fighting! Time to get on it!" And he's gonna reach it. He's gonna immediately take out a bomb
A bomb!
and chuck it right towards wherever the person who threw the knife is.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll a hit.
Okay, that's going to be,
Have a slight Scottish accent.
I think, 11.
Slightest.
Do you have any pluses to hit? If you go to your actions over where your item is,
You should have a plus
Plus 5? 16 then.
16. A 16 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage for me, sir.
One bomb's worth of damage.
Do you want to show me what specialized bomb is on the sheet, please, Connor?
Yeah, that would be helpful. Sorry about this.
No, you're all good.
Yeah, it's gonna be there.
We're learning.
So roll a d10.
And it'll give you your plus to hit right there, actually. To John Man.
It is fine. I say it should be based on what
Get
it is.
it.
Amazing.
That's going to be a 1 plus 3.
1 plus 3. You kind of
Fire damage.
real fast light this bomb and you chuck it to the back of the cave. It hits him, but almost his robe is able to catch it as it deals 4 fire damage to him. Give him a little singe on this blue robe.
As the
sir.
bomb explodes and obviously emits light, do we get any other inner workings of this cave system? Like as a flash, or is it too fast?
It's a little too fast, if you will. Roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
19
19
or a 9?
or a 9. With a 9, you're a little too caught up in the moment. You don't necessarily are paying attention for that. Powder, would you like to end your turn there, or would you like to use any of your 30 feet of movement? Just so you know, each square is 5 feet. Oh, you're good. I got it.
Oh, sorry. Powder's going to move Havoc at this point, as
Yeah.
my character has kind of changed, is going to immediately move let's see. I'm going to move right behind this rock right there.
Yeah. Kind of like right here-ish, or do you
Yeah,
want
I'm going to take kind of cover and everything, still
Yeah,
poking my head
sure.
out to see.
Half cover is a real thing in D&D, so we'll give you plus 2 to see if somebody tries to hit you. But as you move onto this piece of stone, will you roll me a dexterity saving throw,
Absolutely.
please?
You trip and you bludgeon your head on a rock.
No.
It has happened.
Fatal blow.
Rocks is slippery.
So that's going to
You're looking for a 15.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
That's going to be a...
It'll be one more over. Take another left. You're good.
saving throws are going to be there.
That's going to be a 9, but
A 9. Okay.
yeah, my character does have
What do you want to use?
lucky footwork.
Okay.
I don't think it would help in this case because I'm looking for a what?
You're looking for a 15.
15? That's not going to help in this case.
Got it. As you step onto this piece of stone, it becomes obvious as the ground lets out from under you, a trap has been placed.
Booby
No
trap!
way!
I told ya. Booby traps.
As
everywhere.
you fall just about 10 feet into this little acid
Bro.
pool, roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution.
So it was an acid pool.
A little bit of an acid pool.
That's going to be a 21.
A 21. You'll take
Barely.
half damage from this, but you do take 2 damage as this bubbling acid, as the trap was sprung for you, does begin to eat away at your little bunny feet a little bit. Your hair begins to singe off just a little bit.
Me damn feet!
So-
I love it.
Perfect. Powder, as you end your turn down there, Takashi, you are up.
I would like to move in the direction of the fire.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
fires this one.
Yeah.
Yep. We're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 gets you to about right here.
I still want to be a little bit behind cover, so
Okay.
I guess move back. Just
Sure, you want to go right
yeah,
here?
right there.
25 to right there. Perfect. Anything you'd like to do with your turn, or
Yeah, I'll end it
All right.
right there.
do you want to hold your action, or do you want to?
Yeah.
What are you going to hold your action for?
I guess maybe see if I can like wait for him to get closer, and I guess maybe like just surprise attack him.
Sure, for sure. After Takashi's turn, that does actually bring us to their turn. Immediately, this guy is going to kind of stand up on this little perch here. This guy's going to round the corner behind this cover.
It's going to be kind of sharp.
And this third one is going to kind of come into view of you, maybe, Takashi. Kind of right around that little stalagmite right there. As we are going to start with the one down the hall right here is going to, let's see who we want to attack and be fair and consistent with a D6 here. Talia. Right from around the corner down this little hallway, this guy masked in darkness looks at you, and you watch fire light in his hand. As he goes to throw a bolt of it at you, he is going to roll to hit. Will a 15 hit you?
Actually,
It sure won't.
It sure won't.
16 armor class, baby.
A sizzling firebolt right by the right side of your face out into the hall. You could say it even lands on the guard, and the guard's body catches on fire if you want. But right behind you, the firebolt's missed. Yes, sir.
From around the rock, I'm gonna shout.
You are shouting from the pit, don't forget.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout from the pit as I just see the fireball and I just don't hear any. You got as much good aim as me blind mother, God rest her soul.
Not even knowing advantage.
Not
you're
even
talking
knowing.
smack. I love
Fireball,
it.
you're
I
just
love
talking
it.
smack.
I love it.
Amazing.
This one right here is going to
that should be a free
go ahead
Disney
and
voice cast.
since you're right
Yes.
here, he's just going to
For
try and
sure.
throw. He's going to start with his first dagger.
Miss.
That is going to be a 13 to hit.
Nope.
His second one is going to be an 8 to hit. You
Oh,
know,
that was-
aim's tough with stalagmites right in his way. He's trying to throw these little daggers at you, and your sword kind of comes out and you parry them in the midair.
Wow.
Oh, crazy.
This
Slice
one,
Be quick with it.
golly gee. Golly gee. This guy, what does he see? I tell you what, he does see Takashi. Takashi. You watch as this third one that's kind of standing up on top, proud, begins to put his hands together and form a ball of lightning.
Lightning ball.
As he gets ready to throw this ball at you, he's going to roll a hit. It's going to be a 17 to hit.
It
Will
does.
that hit?
It does.
As he fires, almost like he throws a baseball, chromatic orb at you, you will
Does he
take...
fire or does he lightning?
He lights it. You will take 19 points of lightning damage as he fires his lightning ball into your chest as electric's kind of spewing from around you.
I'm at 6 health.
Okay, perfect. And that does it for...
If you're not down,
He is going to hop down from here, just back behind this coverage right here. And that will bring us to... Hrothgar. How we doing?
I thought you might say something like that.
Yeah. Where would you like to move?
First and foremost, I'm going to enact rage.
Sure.
Just at a
Just a
precaution.
little, you know.
And I want to go and attack this guy.
Kind of move right past Zendra here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to around the corner right here. Awesome. What kind of attack are you going to make?
I'm just going to be making... I'm going to make this...
A decision.
I'm going to frenzy this attack.
You're going to frenzy. Okay. I love it. Go ahead. You want to tell everybody what frenzy does?
While in frenzy, you can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action for each of your turns after this one.
Perfect. So you're going to be making 2 attacks.
Real quick question. What does enact rage do?
Yeah? You want to tell everybody what
gosh,
rage
I'm
does?
sorry.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
So, Rage is a bonus action, lasts for up to 1 minute or 10 rounds. You gain the advantage on strength checks and saving throws, not attacks. You get a +2 melee damage with strength weapons, resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage. You can't cast or concentrate on spells while raging. Your rage ends early if you're knocked unconscious or if your end turns and you haven't attacked a hostile since your last turn, the last time you're taking damage.
That is a thing.
So if I don't attack anybody, then it ends.
Yep. He has the attack.
He doesn't attack somebody or get attacked.
I thought
Yep.
that. Oh, it's get attacked as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
With that being said, you used your bonus action this round. Frenzy, I believe. How many turns does that last for as you enter into a frenzy?
It says, while in a frenzy, you can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action on each of your turns after. So
You use frenzy now. You get your 1 attack. Next turn, you get 2.
It's frenzy bonus action.
frenzy is a bonus action. So
Oh,
I enacted
It's a
rage.
this turn.
So next, okay, yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So this is just gonna be non-frenzy. This is just a regular attack with my great axe.
Got it. Is it reckless?
I don't believe I have reckless. I don't have
I
reckless
think
You
yet.
don't? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought at level 2 you got it, but that's alright. You're good. Go ahead and roll a hit.
All right. Will a 14 plus 5 hit?
14 plus 5 will most definitely hit.
Perfect.
That's
I'm
what we
glad-
call a 19 here, boys.
I'm glad you said something along the lines of
Roll
that.
19!
Alright, and then I'm gonna do 9 plus 3 damage
Perfect.
for 12 damage total.
12 damage as you come across this thug's chest. It hits true as it kind of slices and a little blood splatters across the cave wall. Anything else you'd like to do?
I would like to stand at defense at this moment. A
For everybody
defensive
who
stance.
doesn't know, standing at defense is not a mechanic.
I would
but
like to
He will always
take a
let us
defensive
know
stance.
he is taking a defensive stance.
Just in case.
Mero, that'll bring us to you, and Zender after.
Mero wants to... Is he able to make it past Takashi in a straight line towards this gentleman over here?
Technically no, but why not? Takashi can move.
I'm a panther. I'm
Exactly.
very
You're
jumpy.
agile.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh yeah.
25 right there. Does that
Yeah.
sound good? Alrighty.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I want to make a straight line towards him.
Okay, sure. Are you gonna try and use something with the straight line, or?
I'm using my pounce. I'm going to use pounce, which
Okay.
is if I move 20 feet in a straight line, this is the
Sure.
panther, and I hit with my claw attack, the target has to make a DC 12 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Sure.
And then if the target is knocked prone, I can make a bite attack on top of that.
Okay. You
So-
want to roll that first?
Well, he has to hit, right?
Oh.
It's if you hit.
If I hit my claw attack.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a hit.
15 plus 4.
That'll hit.
Cool.
That's
So
what we call a 19 here, boys.
That is indeed.
That is 5 damage,
Okay.
5 slashing damage.
Got it.
Okay, and then a DC 12 strength saving throw.
That's gonna be a natural 19. Because
Perfect.
we do 19s here, but he will
That's-
stay on his feet.
That
Call it
is-
15 plus 4, boys.
That is fine. I am gonna go ahead and just stay where I'm at.
Okay, sure. In panther form,
Yes.
kind of growl back at him, and he kind of just looks at you.
Mhm.
You can see that he's attempting to speak something, but
I did
You
one of
can't.
those. I did one of those things that like your dogs do. So I run and then I jumped up and I pounced off of him and then I came back, but he didn't fall. He was
Beautiful.
Yeah, he just kept up.
Zendra, that'll bring us to you.
Alright. I'm gonna get to where I'm able to see our
Yeah.
friend over here.
Sure.
Rothgar.
Yeah. Probably about 5, 10, 15, 20. That would still put him in a little bit of cover.
Yeah.
It's half cover, so it's like a +2 to the AC,
We'll deal with it.
I believe. Unless you want to get up close hand-to-hand range.
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And then I will just roll to attack.
Sure.
Zendra just doesn't pull anything out specifically. She just, in her hands, appear 2 psychic daggers.
Perfect.
I love that man.
Badass.
That's going to be a 23 to hit.
A 23 will indeed hit.
What is that, John Matt?
It's not 19. I don't know what that's
Only
called.
roll 19s around here.
And then just to make it easier,
Yeah.
I'm going to roll her second attack because
Sure.
she can use her bonus action to use a second psychic
Sure.
blade to attack.
And it's cocked, so
Cock.
15.
15 will hit. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Cock.
So each of her
Cock.
psychic blades does a d6 plus 3, and
Okay.
then because my friend is close by, I'm gonna also get my special rogue bonus of 2d6
Yes, you will.
of sneak attack.
Yeah.
So
Me and you are a good team.
We'll roll her psychic damage first.
Yep.
It's going to be, ooh, not good.
Not good. What'd you get?
It's going to be 6. It's going to be 8 psychic damage.
8
minimum.
psychic damage. You do notice, in whatever way you can, because you've used this magic against a lot of people before, the psychic damage doesn't affect him all the way.
Okay.
But it does to an extent.
And for my sneak attack, that will be another 8 damage.
Got it. Love it. You kind of turn the corner and these 2 knives come from your hand and just right into the chest of this man, but then all of a sudden they like reappear back in your hand right after they stab and wound him as he's kind of up against the wall with Dragmir up in his face.
Rothgar's gonna look back.
Rothgar up in his face.
Rothgar's gonna be like, "Holy crap! Did you just do that to this dude?"
I'll be like, it's okay. I don't miss.
Whoa.
Talia, that'll bring us to you. Very
Okay.
last but not least.
So, am I able to use a buff spell and an action that would maybe involve pulling a certain rabbit out of the hole?
What's is the spell an action or is the spell what are
It
you
is.
thinking?
It is cast, so it is one
What are you
action. It's bless.
Bless?
So I would. Talia would bring out a small little mace from the
Uh-huh.
corner of her pocket that would be filled with holy water.
Yeah.
I would be able to bless the 3 closest people to me.
Okay.
Whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw before my spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll and saving throw.
Yeah. If you want to go ahead, you're more than welcome to cast that, and I'll let you, with your bonus action, kind of put your hand down, give him, on his turn, a little bit of help to get out.
Bless. That's exactly what she would like
Awesome.
to do.
You cast Bless. Who do you want this to affect?
It's going to. I'm going to sprinkle holy water on Rothgar, Zendra, and Takashi, because those are the only 3 that I think I can physically see, right?
Of course. Can't forget our little toys.
Hashtag bless.
This is
Awesome. And then with your hands kind of down in the hole, waiting to help. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you first.
I was going to bless first with the small mace and then take my sword off of the side of my belt, still in its sheath, and hold that down.
Sure.
Because I figured the hole was deep enough that he
It-
can't.
Is indeed a little tall for him to hop out of.
Yeah. So it might be too tall for me to reach with my hand.
how big's the hole? I want to
You're also standing in
10
an
feet.
acid.
10 feet. Wow, what a coincidence. My character has rabbit hop, which as a bonus action, I can jump 10 feet.
That's
Racist.
crazy.
Blessing, I'm
That's
sorry.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Zendra,
thought they
Rothgar,
were
and Takashi.
Hashtag blessed.
What does
Stop.
that do for us?
They say blessed.
Like a blessed.
Whenever
Grapple.
you make an attack roll or
I
a
thought you
saving
said
throw
grapple.
before my spell ends, you need to roll a d4.
That's how the miracles
Add the
around here
number
play
to
out.
your attack roll or your saving throw.
Oh,
It was, you know,
That does indeed
66%.
bring us to powder.
Real quick, I don't also know. Yeah, you mixed up the names again. What does blessed do?
Bless will
We get bonuses on our attack.
Yes.
it'll give you D4 bonus on your next whatever
On
you
attack
want to do.
roll or saving throws,
Okay.
but I did not bless you because you were down in the hole.
That's fair.
You see a
Hashtag
little
not
mace
blessed.
kind of sticking down to you.
Sword.
A sword kind of sticking down to you.
That is sheathed, by the way.
That is sheathed.
Yeah, it's not the blade
Good to know.
part.
Can I reach it?
Powder! Grab
A
on!
little jump, sure you could. It's not gonna take much for you to get out of here.
He jumped.
I'll jump and grab it.
Yeah, you
is
can
that a
jump.
bonus action or?
No, it won't be. That won't make you use it. It'll just be your movement.
Wonderful.
Okay. 5-10 out the hole as you get back onto stable ground here. Where would you like to go?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for this lass who pulled a rabbit out of the hole.
It's so different than what. I don't know what's wrong with powder.
I'm immediately. I still have my bonus action.
Yes, you still have your action.
That used all your movements. You can't move as
He used 10 of his movement.
He has 15 still.
15 still.
So I am going to. Can you show me where 15 feet as far as
Yeah,
close
sure.
as possible?
If you
Not
want to
going
go in
over
that
the
direction,
not
it would be
going over the hole.
5, 10, 15.
He goes
That's
back
kind
into
of the
the
furthest you
hole.
could get. If you want to go, you can get up top of here.
I'll go on top of there.
Okay, perfect.
Gets pushed back into the pit of acid.
Stop!
Would be very funny.
It's another trap.
I'm then going to use my rabbit hop.
Yeah.
That's my bonus action. I can jump 10 feet without provoking opportunity attacks.
Very important.
I can use this trait if my speed is greater than 0. Currently is.
Yes.
You can use it 2 times and regain expended on a long rest. So I'm going to jump straight up in the air.
Okay.
It should give me viewpoint of.
You are. How many feet in there are you hopping? Just right to where your head.
Right
is
where
the
like
ceiling?
my head's not.
Yeah, you let your little
Jokingly
ears-
bong.
separate.
Yeah.
Can you just go tell him
Sure, perfectly.
But go ahead.
No, you're good. Yeah, that'll be perfect. As you kind of jump up just a little bit to get an angle on him, you will have half cover, so he will have a small bonus to his AC, but you can go ahead and roll a hit with your bomb.
I need your best Bugs money. That was close.
What up, Doc?
And just so you guys know, he's not using D&D 5e bombs. We have a special item that Powder uses, so if it's a little different, that's why.
It's first edition bomb.
Nat 20.
Riley, we need a button. We need like a nat 20 button.
I believe we talked about this, and forgive me for forgetting, are we doing crunchy crits or are we just doing 2 dice with the plus?
I thought we were doing 2 dice, 1 plus.
2 dice. Alrighty, so you got a natural 20. You're going to roll the dice that you would typically roll with twice. It is still going to be your same modifier added on there.
So 2d10.
Yep.
That's going to be a 1.
Okay.
Perfect.
Dice.
Sexy.
That's going to be a
A
1.
1, so
Hey.
2 plus
Maybe we should do crunchy crits.
2 plus 3. Hey, that's beautiful. I love it. Actually, you jump up with this bomb, just kind of, once again, the fire damage in the middle of a fight with the Panther, kind of caught off guard. This guy takes 5
Take a
points
bomb and shows
of
like
damage.
some cool
Powder, anything else you'd like to do? Or Havoc, as you land so gracefully on one foot on this little standing stone. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I think I'll just.
And that's Takashi. That brings us back to our friendly injured samurai.
After getting injured, I'm still gonna try to go for it.
Okay.
And I would just like to rush this guy right here and just try to attack with my sword.
5, 10, 15, 20. Are you going to use... Is it on his directly next thing, or can he save it and use it? For Bless. Erica.
Wait, sorry. You were talking to me. Save
No,
me.
Bless is a condition he has now, so it's just every time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Go ahead. You get an extra d4 to roll with this attack.
Yeah, to roll the hit.
Roll the hit.
Yes, sir.
I got a. Now I add the.
Yeah,
Well,
now you
modifier.
roll
yeah.
the d4.
You might as well. There's no negative to using
I got a 21.
A 21? That will definitely hit. Yes, sir. You want to roll a hit? Or roll your damage. My apologies.
So it's 1d6 plus 3.
Yep.
I got a 4.
Okay. So
So 7.
So it's
so 7. And then remember, you got a little bit of extra something on there.
I get 1d4 of lightning damage. That is a 1.
Gosh, as well as a little bit of special sword, dealing 8 damage in total as you kind of slash across this third one's chest, leaving a little bit of a sparkle there, much like you had across your chest here just a second ago.
And then, as a bonus action,
Okay.
I am going to use Second Wind,
Okay.
which I can roll 1d10 and then plus 3 to regain some
Go ahead and roll that d10 and just let me know how much you heal back for. 7?
10.
Plus
So a
3.
total of 10.
Awesome.
Right.
Heal back for 10 HP. Immediately, the one in front of you is going to go and swing 2 knives at you. One is a natural 1, and the other one is going to be a 16 to hit.
I have 16 as a
Means it beats it. Alrighty. And we'll go ahead and it's going to do 3 slashing damage, 3 fire damage to you as it kind of comes across your chest once again with this little knife that kind of leaves a fiery effect behind. This next one here on the Panther is going to...
Not terrified there's a panther in front of him.
It's going to go ahead and cast Firebolt at you.
Perfect.
Since you are within 10 feet
Yeah.
of this creature, it's going to be disadvantaged, but I also need you to roll a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Got it. What was the DC 10?
DC 12.
Fuck, because I rolled 10.
As you see him begin to cast this fire, the bolt itself will miss, but out from within, as this person casts the spell, you notice that it kind of lets out a little shake to the ground, a little bit of force from his body as he does so. You see something glowing from within his right sleeve as he does, and so you will go ahead and take 8 force damage upon him casting the spell, just being within 10 feet of him.
Got it.
Next is going to be the third and final one, interjected with Rothgar.
Unfazed.
Unfazed.
Current status. Unfazed. Also in a defensive stance.
And raging.
He's going to
Run away.
5, 10.
What? I get an
15.
opportunity attack,
Yes,
brother.
I don't believe you've used your reaction, so you do go ahead and roll a hit.
Oh, do I have my DC hit thingy? It's not gonna-
With- as you swing your miss, as you kind of clank yourself against the wall, he's too now going to roll.
I'm just gonna yell at him. Get back here, coward! Real men fight with their hands.
He is going to, once again, in his hand, this is a different guy this time, get almost a little icicle ball and go to throw it at you as well with the baseball swing, you know what I mean?
Just gonna
14 to hit?
Depends who you ask.
Well, wait, don't you have a plus to your AC from raging?
Does he?
I saw rage gave
I think it's +2 to strength saving.
I have advantage on strength checks and throws, +2.
You are going to get hit with this icicle ball for 18 cold damage as it pierces you right in the chest and leaves a little mark there. You can almost say you're chilly a little bit now.
I just yell at him. I've had winner's worse than this. Come on, do something worse than that, you little baby.
He will then use the last of his 10 feet.
Are you gonna go cry to your mother
your
now?
line of sight and making his way around.
I'm gonna
that
turn the corner to like all my friends. I'm like, guys, these guys are little crybabies. Just do a little damage and they'll run away.
That'll go to you, Rothgar.
I'm gonna chase him.
Alright. 5, 10, 15 to get right here. Does reveal he was making his way back off to this room. Do you want to move? You use 15 to get there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there.
Yeah. You want to stand right here? Or you want to get in the doorway right here?
He's not gonna make it much further.
Okay, sure. All right.
I'm going to use frenzy attack.
Got it.
So the first one is going to be yoink.
What was it?
It was a 2.
A 2? Yeah, that's probably gonna miss.
Second one is a 13 plus 5.
13 plus 5 will hit. He parries your first one with a little dagger. And then you come through with your axe.
Oh, wait, I had a plus 4, plus 5,
He was blessed.
plus 3.
You get a plus D4.
D4.
So what it's sounding like, what was your first roll? A 2?
It was a 2.
Are you trying to figure out if that'll hit?
Plus 5 is what?
Your
7.
2 plus 5 is 7.
Mhm.
And then you're going to roll a D4.
4.
That'll bring you to 11, and you get a plus 2 from Rage, which will bring you to 13, and 13 will miss. But,
Dang.
a lot working in your favor.
Okay.
You almost hit me too.
Yeah, I know.
I'll roll your one hit. That did hit.
1 plus 3 plus 2.
Run around with your great axe. You feel like you got a lot of power behind it, but you just slip on the wet floor just a little bit and kind of get him right in his boot. This does, with 5 damage, bring him to a bloodied state.
I'm just gonna look what you did. You could have stood there and died like a man, and now you're gonna run like a coward and die like a baby.
He stares at you. I want you to roll me a perception check as well.
Because he can't talk because his mouth is all taped up.
It's taped up, yeah.
14 plus perception. 13.
13. With a 13, you're not going to notice anything.
I'm just gonna look at him and go.
You're too caught up in rage in the heat of a battle. Meryl, that'll be you. Zendra, you're on deck.
I am just gonna hit this guy with another claw attack. This
Okay.
time not using pounce.
Okay.
7.
7.
Probably.
Twing,
doesn't
twing.
hit.
Parries your claws right out of the air.
Alright. I'm gonna just cower.
You're going to
I'm
cower.
just gonna cower. Just
Kind of. That's not a little purr.
Yeah.
You know. Zendra, that's back to you.
Alright, I don't want my friend to be alone, so I'm gonna follow
Yeah, sure.
Rothgar.
We're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to get to right here.
And then I will just once again attack.
Sure.
First one, it's gonna be a 9 plus 5, 14.
14 will miss.
He's blessed though.
Oh, I
Oh,
bless.
yeah. Go on and roll your d4. See if that makes a difference. And blessed is just for how long? A minute? Is that what it is?
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up.
So 10 rounds.
There'd be a 4.
4.
believe
That
this
will
would be the only
let you hit with an 18.
so much going on right now. Next one.
Yep.
Yes.
It'll be a 5 plus 5. No way with a plus 4.
No way with +4.
It's just one.
One knife kind
15,
of comes right over the left-hand side of your shoulder, Rothgar,
Tell me
and
later.
it's true. Go ahead.
So then I'll roll psychic first.
Psychic.
Ooh, it's gonna be a full 9 psychic.
A full 9 psychic does get halved.
These guys.
And then 3 from sneak attack.
3 from sneak attack. Got it. On its last leg, this man is practically crippled running to this back room at this point. Talia, that'll bring us to you.
Yes.
It's a little weird that says crippled.
Yeah.
I probably do somewhere anyway, but crippled.
Gribbled.
We'll just cancel the G.
Am I able to run after Rothgar? I definitely saw him.
You could use your action to dash. You do kind of still see Zendra kind of down this hallway. It's a little hard because it's dark in here. You have 30 feet of movement. You can use your action to dash, which will give you 60, but you wouldn't be able to use an action on anything else this turn.
Could I dash and then help me with this because I'm not super familiar? Does that mean that it's a bonus action?
Correct.
I think I'm gonna dash
Sure.
towards them, towards Rothgar, because
Got
I
it.
saw him get hit with the
5, 10,
winter
15,
storm. And then I'm going to use a bonus
25.
action and cast Divine Favor upon myself,
Okay.
which
Is that a second concentration spell?
It does happen to be.
is.
So, if you want to cast this, the bless would drop on all 3 of your friends. You can't be concentrated on 2 things at once.
All 3 of you have used it already, right?
I did, yeah.
So I would say I would go ahead and
Sure.
do that.
What's Divine Favor do, Erica?
My weapon attacks deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage on hit.
1d4 radiant damage on hit. Perfect. That was 45 to get you back here. I'm just gonna let you. Are you trying to get within melee range here?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you cut through. Don't yell at us. Typically be a dexterity save.
Shove
Tight
this up out of the
space.
way? Okay.
That's alright. Alright, go ahead and roll a hit. Or you know what? You won't be
I
able to.
can't. That was my
because
action, and
you're
that was
just
my
getting within
bonus.
melee range.
Yep.
Correct. Alrighty. Next, we will come back to Havoc.
If he tries to run, now we get 2.
Let's see.
He's cornered.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what literally. Okay.
In this moment, I would probably
Into the acid.
You gonna throw a bomb?
yes,
Make it interesting. Go to the acid.
And acid.
just bathe in it. And just I'll see y'all later.
I was born in it.
Am I allowed to move my character myself, or you?
I can move it. You're good. Where are you going?
I want to see if I can get behind right here.
You'd be going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 would get you to right here.
Actually, sorry.
You could use your rabbit hop to get the final 10 feet if you'd like, but
I think my character will be right.
yeah,
at the end.
sure thing.
I'm gonna go ahead and rabbit hop
Okay, where are you going?
straight up into the
Straight up in
air.
there. Got it.
Um,
You will not have cover now that you're in this room.
that's fair. I'm then going to chuck a bomb right here, there, and say out loud, "Leave my brother alone!"
Stop.
Go ahead and roll a hit for me, sir.
That always after me like charms.
You see Marrow with the panther just looking
Oh,
at
20?
You got a second nat 20.
Alright, let's get more than one.
It's for your brother.
Let's hope you roll more than once here. Go
Asking
ahead.
for a crunchy crit.
Don't have.
I'm not gonna ask for
Here's
it.
an extra D10. You can
You don't want
two
that
at a
because
time.
that means you get it back.
Cool.
And hopefully this one is.
But doesn't
Lucky.
a crunchy crit mean you get the full damage and then
That
you
is
roll?
a 9 and a 4.
9 and a 4,
Wow.
13 plus. And go ahead and double the modifier. We'll do that. So you'll
that'd
get
be
plus
plus
6.
Plus 6. So
9 and a 4 to 13, 19 points of damage.
19 points of
I'm
damage.
gonna run up and you've missed. You know, you've hit, but like it hasn't exploded the way you have. So you light it and you make sure this fuse, you hold it in your hand for a second. You get up in there and you throw it and it kind of lets an explosive amount of damage off onto his chest. Alright, anything else, Power or Havoc?
As I descend back down, I go, oh, that felt good.
That does make him in a bloodied state as well. Takashi,
I'm just gonna keep wailing on the guy in front of me.
go ahead, roll the hit.
16.
16 will hit.
Alright. Let's go.
11 damage.
11 damage. How much of that is lightning and how much of that is slashing? What'd you roll on your d4 there?
A 4.
Okay, so 7 of it's slashing, 4 of it's lightning. As you kind of come across once again, leaving that little mark on the chest, if you will, of a little lightning. Well, just a little static energy. This... We'll come to him in a second. The other two know what they're kind of do.
He's gonna run because he's scared.
Where's he gonna run to?
His doom. His doom.
The DM trying to find a way to have one NPC get out of this.
We put him in all corners.
This one next to you, Takashi, is going to swing at you with the two blades once again.
That's scary.
One will be a natural 20,
Oh my god.
and the other one will be an 18.
Someone check the magnets under the table, dude.
Screw.
Now,
So,
Saw him moving before.
we're going to start.
He's full critical.
I'm dead.
Going down.
Okay.
The crit itself will do 13 damage.
I only have 10 health,
So
so.
we need to figure out if you permanently die. You won't exactly. Another 5, so in total 18 damage to you. Which will only bring you to -8. So you're in a good place. As Takashi falls on the ground and goes unconscious. This guy will try and move 5, 10, 15, 20. Right into the middle here. He's going to try and roll me a strength saving throw, sir. You have to beat a 16.
3.
3. He kind of arm checks you out of the way here just a little bit so he can run right by you. He's just going to get to right here as he is making his way for the door.
Was he ever in this short pathway? Was he ever within Jack?
He was.
Right.
If you want to turn
So
around
Jack should
and take an opportunity attack on him, you're more than welcome to.
Absolutely. I
Okay, roll the
Is there a
hit.
reason
will.
I
I'm
did
gonna bite him.
You're not using a melee weapon.
And he also hasn't left your range yet.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. 19.
19 will hit. Go
15
ahead
plus 4.
and
Got
roll
me
the
going
claw. 15 plus 4, 19.
D6 plus 2.
Yep.
8.
8. All
Yeah.
right. With 8 piercing or slashing damage, he does become bloodied. Piercing.
Yeah.
As he's bloody
Slash
trying to
is
run past
ended, so
you.
we can't run.
Powder, he downs Takashi, goes to make his way for the exit, pushing you out of the way, arm checking you. This one, in the heat of battle,
Oh my gosh.
Falls to the ground.
will look towards Zendra. And in your mind you hear, I may have lost, but you won't take me alive. As he takes his knife out, and let's see if he does enough damage to himself to kill him. Cuts, falls to the ground, goes unconscious. As he seemed worried. But that will bring us to Rothgar.
What Rothgar is gonna do
Mm-hmm.
is, at seeing this, he's going to sheath his weapon.
Uh-huh.
He's going to pick dude up,
Okay.
and he's gonna go put him on this table. And as he puts him down, he's kind of gonna look at him one last time. What a shitty way to go.
Sure.
And he's gonna like close his eyes.
Perfect. Got a few things to resolve here as you enter this room. You pick him up into your arms, you go to this back. The table has a book on it.
I disregard the book.
Do you set his body on the book or do you move the book?
I move everything off the table.
You
My
slide it
intelligence
off the
score is
table.
not good.
Sliding it off the table, you do kind of notice to the left a black leathery pile of skin and some bones that rest down to the left. You kind of... you would know. This looks like
Oh, Slenderman.
a demon who once lived but lays dead here.
A dead demon.
Skinned. And as you put it, you kind of nudge the book off the table, kind of going into the pile of rubble over here. And as you enter this room, you do notice what looks like what once was a base, to almost like a portal, if you will, has been kind of crumbled. And there's a little, the portal's edge that's left of what the structure is kind of leans up against the wall.
So as I set him down,
Yeah.
I set him down. You know, I say my piece or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I close his eyes for his final rest. And then I'd like to pick up the book. I would. I would like to pick up the book and then examine it per se.
Do indeed. On the cover, it reads Tome of blank. Etched out. This red hardcover book is greatly damaged and shows sign of its age.
Okay.
We will resolve whatever that means here after this combat. As that's your turn, Rothgar. Marrow, you're up.
Marrow would like to jump towards Takashi, taking the opportunity attack.
Okay, sure. Going to roll the hits. That will be a 18.
That hits.
It will do 4 piercing, 4 fire.
Got it. I take 3 damage as I revert back. You
Uh-huh.
see me almost the same way that I transform, just like everything just kind of falls from one arm and just
Yeah.
as I reach out, I would like to use my action to cast Cure Wounds on
Got it.
Takashi.
Beautiful.
Sorry, I should have asked this.
Yeah.
What does bloodied state mean?
I'll typically tell you it's bloodied if it's a half health or less.
Okay.
We don't get exact HP.
You don't get exact, but the typical one you know it's about half.
Gotcha.
Go ahead and roll Cure Wounds as you're going to come back to life.
When they kill themselves, that means they're dead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When he says, like, how would you like to do it? That's how you know they're dead.
And that's typically for the final one of the encounter.
You get
Yeah, and
6
you always
Unless
want
I
to
feel frisky and I want to hear.
You gotta do something really cool and, like, explain it. Like, stand up and, like,
It's like
have,
cut.
like, hand motions.
You got cameras now, so you gotta stay down so I can see your face. But Takashi heals for 6 HP as Mero reverts back to his form, dropping his Panther state as we go to Zendra.
Alright.
Panther Sting.
Seeing that there are still people to deal with. Or this guy didn't move at all.
He has not moved, no?
What's the distance between the two of our friends here?
20 feet.
Might be between them. Okay. Are there any is this completely walled off, or are there cracks?
It goes about 7-8 feet up, so there's a 4-foot gap, which he threw a bomb through earlier, so it doesn't touch the ceiling necessarily right through here. And the wall as itself, you can't really see much through.
Okay. Would it be impossible for me to try to climb up onto the wall?
It wouldn't be impossible, no. It'd be a dexterity check of 15. Or sorry, athletics check of 15.
Athletics is strength.
My apologies, acrobatics. They're so similar. Just put it as a climb check, alright?
You know what? Yeah, I'll try and
Okay.
climb up.
Someone
Or
wearing wizards.
Is it gonna use?
It would not use your bonus action. I'll count it as your movement if you make the save.
It's that one, so now.
You slip and hit your head.
You kind of go to climb the wall. Back in your glory days,
Are we
this would be
doing
nothing.
a pure that one? No matter
A
what
pure
fails?
nat one.
Okay.
You
So
absolutely
I could-
fail, and you just trip and fall and hit your head on the stone. I'm not gonna make you prone, but you are on your ass.
Alright, then seeing that I can't scale the thing, I'm gonna try
Yeah.
and move
Yeah,
back
getting
down
cut
to
up.
the hallway.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm getting you right here.
And then I will use my bonus action this turn. I'm going to face step,
Okay.
which I get 2 free uses. This is like a racial bonus.
Sure.
So I'm gonna face step right here. That way I'm kind of in the middle-ish
Sure.
of the two of them. And then my big racial thing from this is, depending on which seasonal form I'm in, I get a different effect. So
Sure.
I am in winter form, so you can see Zendra's normally kind of tealish blue eyes almost become crystal white, like a
Yeah.
snowflake, and they light up for a second. And so each of the 2 of them are going to need to succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
Not that wise.
Do you phase through me? Do you phase through me?
I just teleport on the other side.
Okay.
They both will fail. They are both frightened of you, which means they will run as far as they can away on their turns
Okay.
from you.
And then I will use my action to then. I'm gonna attack that one because he's still within Havoc's range.
Sure.
Correct? Cool. Ooh, it's gonna be a 3. So
Okay.
nope, not gonna hit.
No hit. Kind of goes right over your head. Misses him just barely. Kind of catches the cloak just a little bit here. Talia. It's you.
I don't know what's going on with the other
Good.
2, but I was
Thanks, dog.
I was definitely concerned with Rothgar, so I feel like I follow him into the room.
Yeah.
And I'm a little concerned with what I see. 'Cause I probably know what I'm looking at for the most part.
Oh, okay.
But
Sure.
I do have a question.
Yeah,
I have
what's
a
up?
cantrip. It's a necromancy cantrip.
Sure.
I don't know if this would work on the person that offed himself.
Mm-hmm.
But if I touch a living creature that has 0 hit points, the creature becomes stable. Is that something I could do?
It would keep him from dying further, so it would just be unconscious. Yeah.
So I could bind him and then
Yeah.
use that cantrip?
Yeah.
I think I would like to do that.
Um,
I think
person A becomes stable, so he will no longer just slowly wither away and die, but he is at an unconscious state at 0 HP. Just gonna come up, just kind of touch his body, kind of
Seemed
save
like-
the dying.
seemed like he
Is
maybe.
that what it is?
It didn't seem like he wanted to stay alive. Killed himself. So
Alrighty.
I'd like to know why.
Talia, next we go back to Havoc.
My character's gonna look behind him as he sees this guy frightened of Zindra, and knowing he's going to probably run, I'll go, "Where do you think you're going?" And I will cast Grease.
Okay.
The musical?
Yes!
What's he gonna roll?
So, reading Grease. Slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square,
Stop.
centered on a point within range, and turns into difficult terrain for the duration.
Yep.
When the grease appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
He is frightened, so he will roll a disadvantage, and he rolled a 3 and a 4.
Okay.
On a
So
nat one.
he will
He
fall
flips into
hilarious
the
cartoon.
into
and
the
become prone right by the edge of the acid.
Push him
So-
in. Push him in.
A character that enters the area or ends its turn there must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
He fell prone. He is prone, baby.
And you know what that
Kashi.
means? Advantage.
Real quick, sorry.
Yeah.
That was my action. Do I get...
You have a bonus action.
And
Do you have
movement
anything
still?
You
Yeah,
can
you
get
can
movement. Yeah, of course.
So... Let's see... Is there a way...
You want to go.
I want to go kind of
Prone one, right? That's all right.
I want to kind of go around.
Yeah, sure. Kind of secure the exit.
Yeah.
Sure. Hop right over there.
Okay, I'm going to use my bunny hop for or rabbit hop for that.
No, you're good. I'm just
You're just going to let me.
saying you were hopping as a stigmatism. I know.
Stigmatism.
It's
obviously.
all right.
We're trying to break these things.
Okay. And yeah, I'll end my turn there.
Perfect. Finish your turn right there. Brings Takashi.
You know, Takashi's not gonna let that slide. So he's gonna run back to that guy.
Yeah,
and just,
on the ground, kind
Get
of
it.
slipping through the grease
Let it
yourself.
slide.
But go ahead, advantage, please.
Yeah, you have advantage on attacks because he's prone.
So I rolled twice.
Yes.
Wait, so did he enter the area?
It's a natural 20.
Right, we're gonna resolve that after he does this.
He does a sliding.
That-
slide.
Go and roll damage, natural 20. You're gonna roll 2d4 for your lightning damage, 2d whatever you're rolling for your sword, and then get a plus each time.
How wonderful.
Are we doing the modifier thing for him too?
Yes.
Okay, so that is.
38.
So you rolled a 2 first?
I rolled 5 first and then a 7.
5 plus 7, got it, so that's 12. Go and roll your 2d4 now.
3. And then 3.
Just barely, you plunge your sword into the back of his spine, going through his rib cage, and you feel all loss of all life force that was there drained from his body as he goes unconscious.
That was a bit excessive, don't you think?
Kick him into the ass.
Not one bit.
Kick him in the
Next,
ass.
that just leaves this guy who's frightened. He can't attack you, Zendra, so he's just gonna move as far away as he can. As you kind of hear him pitter-patter back into this hallway.
Let's get out.
And he doesn't see anybody you can attack. Rothgar, you hear somebody running down the hall.
You hear something?
Sounds like somebody's running towards us. You want to take a look?
I think I just might.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my axe out, and I'm gonna stand in the doorway, right?
Yep.
I'm kind of gonna like do my shoulders like this, like kind of like crack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like do this motion right here. I'm gonna crack my neck and be like, "It's a good day to be Rothgar."
Talia's over there just rolling her eyes.
Oh,
And I'm
Tying
gonna.
the ties around this
There
one
is
dude.
one thing. You aren't raging anymore.
also,
I'm not raging. You're correct.
real quick, there is an important thing. He's still in the grease.
Correct. We're gonna resolve that whenever he goes to move.
Perfect.
I'm gonna run at this gentleman.
Yep.
15.
15, 20, 25. Yep.
I'm going to frenzy attack.
Yep.
So the first one, 16 plus 5.
That will hit.
The second one, 3 plus 5.
3 plus 5. That will miss.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Roll damage for me from this attack.
9 plus 3.
Got him.
Rothgar.
Say it. Just say it.
How would you like to do this?
All right, so here it is cinematically, okay? So you see him standing in the door, and he says, "It's a good day to be Rothgar." And he looks right, he sees nobody. He looks left, and he kind of you see the camera like zoom in, and he just gets this little grin on his face. And he's not too excited, but you can tell he's excited. And so he's kind of gonna start like an Iron Man, where he kind of like starts jogging and slowly like picks up his cadence, and then finally he's gonna like start, and he's gonna jump in the air, and he's gonna like come back with the axe, and like in slow motion you can just like you like see like it fade behind him, like he's in his happy place, and as it comes down, he's just gonna sort of like halfway bisect this gentleman.
Yeah, no, you bisect him as he falls into two pieces.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna have to roll a dexterity save to see if you pull something in your back, but as you jump,
That's
but
fine. A 16, brother.
you're just as young as you were. You didn't pull a muscle whatsoever.
Beautiful.
The song that goes through my head is like, wouldn't it be nice?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
So I like to think that Rothgar, like in his mind, is like the pyro from TF2.
Yeah.
So like in the world around him, he's burning, but in his mind, it's like gumdrops and rainbows.
Perfect.
And so I'm gonna do this, and I'm just gonna like look back like Talia, I did it.
Talia peeks her head around. Oh, she sees the two parts of body that were once one. Yeah, you sure did. You did it all right.
I'm gonna come back now.
Okay.
Okay.
The book is still on the ground over here.
Something
I figured I picked up the book.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure I said that right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
did.
I would have liked to have maybe hand off the book to Talia as I'm.
Yeah.
I
Is that
definitely
okay?
took that book.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know D&D too well, but I'm guessing Talia can't use the necromancy skill against the...
Nope.
No, that's probably
There's
the one.
certain points where there's no
No,
coming
yeah.
back.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Just stitch him back.
As we kind of resolve things
His
here
mouth
in
was stitched, his
order,
body can be stitched.
before you all group up, Talia, as you hold this book in your hand, do you open it?
Yeah.
Could you?
Yeah, she's gonna open the book.
She does open the book.
Can
She does.
Talia read?
Oh yeah, I can read.
As you open the book, you begin to see words that for you, you know what writing, infernal writing looks like.
Oh, infernal.
But even as you're trying to read this is an ancient kind of infernal. And so you're not able to understand this. But as you open the book, you hear a little whisper kind of just tickle the right ear of yours. At the base of your eardrum, almost a dark, creepy kind of voice kind of come through. Return me to my master at once. He lives in Aldervane. You feel this wisp kind of hits into your skull. You need to roll me a Constitution saving throw. For you, with advantage.
$14.
I'm gonna come whisper something in your ear.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Okay, guys, I can really hear it though.
Remember, we can't sing the words so we don't get copyright strike. What?
What is that?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna start shouting in the cave. Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Trying to get the
Roll for a normal
telepathy
day.
to
It'll
work.
Alrighty. How would the rest of our friends like to resolve what's going on in the cave here?
So
I'm definitely gonna walk back to Talia and like walk in and be like,
Sure.
so, what now? Did you revive the dude?
He's
He's unconscious.
at
He's
0
stable.
HP.
He's bound. Talia immediately jumps when you walk back in the room and almost is kind of like scared.
Oh, sorry,
you're
didn't mean to startle you there. I know we're in a dark cave all alone, murdering people, but I didn't think you would be caught off guard.
She takes that very seriously. She's like, we're in a dark cave. We're murdering people. She's panicking. She wants to leave. She wants to leave. Can you get him? Can we take him? Can we leave? She's panicking.
And yeah, I go over and I like fireman carry him. I put him on my shoulder.
Genuinely, right? You had the right idea there.
Beautiful.
Zendra wants to go and chase after where the dude went because
She doesn't know that he was bisected.
Yeah, you go, run around, turn the corner. We don't need to use the map for this anymore, but you turn the corner and you see the dude in Hrothgar's arms, and Talia looks a little freaked out.
everything okay. Never killed man.
We need to leave. I need to get out of this cave right now. I just need to leave.
She's bad juju.
I mean, I'm gonna stick around and at least try and find the recipe.
Good thought. You're smart, lady.
She keeps the book though, and she tucks the book into her backpack.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna start walking Tally out.
Yeah.
And Rothgar gonna be like, so, what was that like pile of stuff doing in the corner?
It almost pains Talia to talk to Hrothgar because she's so hyper focused on this feeling that she has. But I think also in that moment, she's able to be brutally honest by accident, and it's Hrothgar, and she goes, "I'm pretty certain that was a demon. I'm pretty certain those are the remains of a demon."
Oh.
But she's stuttering and she's having a hard time talking, and
Is that why
her
you want to
body's
get out
almost
of
kind
here?
of shaking. And she looks at you and she goes, "No, that's not why." But she doesn't know why. She's just really worked up. But it's this deep feeling inside, and she's not too sure why.
Well, then let's get you out of here ASAP, okay?
Okay.
They'll stay back and find this stuff. We'll get out of here. And I'm gonna tell Zendra, I'll be like, I gotta get her out of here. I don't know what's going on, but she's freaking out. Maybe we need just some fresh air. We're gonna wait at the mouth of the cave, and you guys come out whenever.
Okay. That sounds good. I'll keep looking around.
We're gonna head out to the mouth.
You two begin to head out through the mouth of the cave. That leaves these four. So you're back in this back room.
Marrow is curious about the pools of acid and would like to try and put one in his leather bag.
Yeah.
Just dip his leather bag in
As
there.
you go to dip your leather bag in there, roll me a history check.
Yeah.
History.
That's not what acid is.
Acid.
Got it? That's an actual
No.
funny.
Dude, smart. It's acid.
I do know things about acid.
As your body comes in contact, say accidentally, while you're trying to bag it, you can't put your finger on it, but this acid feels familiar.
Even with a natural 20, wow.
It feels like you don't remember. It feels like you don't remember why quite yet,
Wow.
but it feels familiar, as
Imagine
if
not remembering.
it's touched you before.
So
I-
you could say he's been acid touched.
I walk out of the cave. There's nothing else to do. I walk out of the cave. I ask Takashi if he's doing okay.
Takashi's taking quite the beating, so he's. I'm hurting.
And I ask, Powder, the hell was that? I thought you didn't fight.
I'm not Powder. No, I'm Havoc. Nice to meet you, lad. My
Well,
brother.
nice to meet you. There's a guy on that team who looks just like you. It's fucking strange.
Oh, I think I know what you mean. Oh, are you talking about Powder?
Yeah, you know Powder.
Oh yeah, he goes on and on about you, how you're his favorite brother. And oh, so much. He loves you so much. He's just so shy.
Oh, that guy. He's a good guy.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just doesn't talk a lot.
If you excuse me, I'm looking behind me and I just see a very nicely adorned body right there for the pickings. I'll be right back.
Oh,
And I'm gonna loot the body that's right behind me.
Armenian.
You find 13 silver. You also find one of those little dull black knives on his body. That gives those little fire effects after use.
Oh.
Oh, not quite a fan of knives myself. Anybody want this? I just hold up the black knife.
I'm not buying it. No.
I'm just gonna give you a look but say nothing.
I don't point the objects.
Maybe someone will have a use for it. And I just throw it in the backpack.
Sandra, you are in this back room. Roll me a investigation check, please.
Will be an 18 plus 4. 22.
As you are looking for this paper of the recipe, under the table you feel a little parchment that's been tacked to it. Pull it down. Indeed reads Crimson Whispers. The ingredients in there are frog blood,
Does he give specific amounts or just?
Don't give
Frogs are fed by food.
no specific no specific amounts. Frog blood.
Okay.
It reads another kind of common named wine that mixes with it.
What's the name?
It-
I need the name of the wine.
Malbec.
It could be any.
It's a red wine.
A generic
Oh,
red
well.
wine.
It's just generic red
That's
wine.
where it gets the name.
You know,
Crimson.
just generic.
It's a red wine.
It's literally called generic red wine. It's
You see on there it has grape and cherry flavoring added to it.
Delicious.
Is it artificial or natural?
It's just a bunch of
It
grenadine
it just, you know, whatever that means to the winery that it came from, they
Sounds
know what
more
that
like
means.
an energy drink than a wine.
And yeah, those are the important things. There's a lot more on the list, but those are the important things.
Is there any sort of like fermented?
Yeah, you know,
Anything?
it reads it down.
For
the
some
list.
reason, grapes are really low on the list.
How much silver did I find?
15.
Which is 1.5.
You find the recipe. You look back here, you kind of notice the rubbled portal and the dead demon down to your left. It's kind of skinned. Aside of that, nothing else is really here.
So, portal looks like a broken husk, whatever. This demon looked like something I would have recognized on my travels.
You've seen them before. You've probably killed one, actually. You would know it to be a babu. B-A-B-A-U. As you're kind of doing a little more searching, Takashi, Marrow, Havoc. Anything else you guys are looking for? Or are you guys about ready to blow this popsicle stand?
No, I head out of the cave, but is there liquid acid in my leather bag? Okay, I just want to let everybody know it's where all my gold, all of my belongings are in that bag.
Every single day that your gold stays in there, you will lose a D10 of gold.
Ah, perfect.
Takashi's still in the grease.
Takashi, roll me a dexterity saving.
Can't get a break.
He's in the
For
grease up here.
concentration.
He
Are you
was?
still concentrating on it?
He was in the grease. That's all I heard. Was he was in the grease, and I was supposed to.
Saving throw, please.
I got a 5.
You slip and fall prone. As you get back up and go to walk another 5 feet, roll me another dexterity saving throw, please.
19.
You don't slip this time, and you
Is it
continue to
15
walk
before?
your way out of the cave.
My character.
I'm just gonna turn around and look at Powder or Havoc and just give him the meanest, most dirtiest, like, I'm gonna get you back type look ever.
You guys leave the cave. Unless you got anything else, Zendra.
No.
Sorry, I coughed.
At this point,
Sounds awful a lot like tiles.
my character doesn't see any other thing of interest to him, and he'll just go, that seems like it all, lads. I'll catch you later.
Yeah.
And then I will, I come back and I'm like, oh, and I see the corpse of the body, and I'd like to at least investigate it. Powder will
Yeah.
this time because I've switched
Roll
back.
an investigation for me.
Is he investigating the body that's on the grease? Can he? Can
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He is now on the grease.
he's all grease.
Body, he's just looking in the pockets and the body slips into the pool acid.
That's going to be an 18.
With an 18, as you're closely investigating this body, you do kind of pull up his sleeve and notice that there is a little, almost freshly, almost cut with a knife, a little sigil. You don't recognize what it is until you look at it, but it's whispering lips, so a pair of lips with a little finger over the mouth.
I will trace that into my journal and write it down.
Beautiful.
Hush lips game.
I believe we all leave the cavern.
Yes.
As you guys all kind of make it back out front, where are our adventurers off to?
Back towards the manor.
Any conversations you guys would like to have on the way to the manor?
So Havoc, you know a lot about. You know, you met Powder before, obviously.
What? I'm Powder.
Oh, you're Powder, you'll never fucking believe it. There was this guy who looked just like you. His name was Havoc.
Yes, that's.
He threw bombs.
Yep, I'm fully aware. Yes, that is.
Is he like your alter ego or something?
No, that's sadly to say.
We have another brother?
And I emphasize the I have another brother.
Are you
yes.
guys from like Armenia or something?
Oh, I'm from the swamps.
Or
No.
you just asked somebody if they're from Armenia.
No.
I'm sorry.
I don't know
It's-
what that is.
I
Where's
pick up on
Armenia?
dialect really well.
Where's Armenia?
You don't know?
No, I'm.
I think it's kind of like it.
Really?
No, where's Armenia? I've never heard of it.
And as we continue up the hillside from the beach, back to the city gates. Awaiting at the city gates is a familiar face of Lumiere. He kind of looks at all of you and just, oh my goodness, how have you been? Are you?
We have never been better.
Are you doing
We're a little
alright?
beaten, a little bruised, but I tell you what, my girl over here, she got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. Tell Mordikki.
I will. He came back tonight unexpectedly.
Tonight? I thought he wanted to go back to tomorrow.
I was just as surprised as you were. He's in his manor. But first, he asked to meet you
Which
That
one
is-
is you?
at the winery. As he kind of looks towards Zendra. Yes.
You need to tell him that she's only 16.
No. It's coming out.
Zendra hearing this is gonna lean over the laptop and be like,
Wow.
Proskar, I appreciate your.
No, I'm just.
I appreciate your.
My lord doesn't deal like that with people he hires as hired hand.
No, I mean, confidentiality, client, attorney privileges, whatever you want to call it.
I'm gonna just out of the corner. The problem is the job, not the 16.
Okay, I think we're getting a little too much into the semantics here.
The problem is my master does not like either.
We're painting Mordecai into maybe someone he's not. He's a good, lawful businessman, right?
Lord.
Great
I
lord.
expect the rest of you back to the manor. I will guide you.
So my friends will be safe.
They will. I promise.
Hey, don't worry.
The door code is, as
I'm
he kind
always
of
with
hands
you.
you a little paper.
Put it in my breast pocket.
Let this at once.
If I may, I'd like to go as well. Both
He insisted. I apologize.
I insist back.
He kind of smiled. Mordecai has something he needs to discuss with Zendra alone. It is important. We do not want to keep him waiting.
It's probably just more business in my line of work. Just keep an eye on my one-time associate over there. He looked a bit battered. I think,
Lumia, do you got healing potions? Greater healing potions.
Well, back at the
greatest
manor.
healing potions.
I tell you what, let me take him to Mordecai and I'll be right there.
Okay, that sounds like a deal.
Kind of nods his head at you. Let this go. The winery is but 100 feet from the manor, of course. We'll just take a slight right as you guys take a left.
Oh, okay.
You guys head through a quieted town as the night draws late. At the little fork in the road, he kind of... I will see you all in a minute. Zendra, with me.
What are you laughing?
He's winking at Zendra.
what time is it? You said it's kind of like late.
It's like 11:30, 11:45 kind of night. Kind of leads you up through the gates into the winery, into where there are still a few patrons kind of hanging out as he brings you into the main area of... This is a late-going winery. As he brings you into a little side private room, you see the beautiful tapestry once again that sits on the windows. The tables are all mahogany wood. More like that around here. There's a little fireplace on the back wall of this little private room that he's led you to, and you see Mordecai sitting at the head of a table. Right to the right of him, you see a girl. No older than 14, 15 years old.
Oh, God.
Which, it's not what you think, I promise. No older than 14, 15 years old. Younger, if you will. About your age. A little younger. To the left of him, you see a knight. The knight that was guarding his establishment, the guard, if you will. The same one. I'm forgetting his name, but sits right to the left of him. Lumiere kind of goes, let us sit. Lumiere sits at the opposite end of the table from Mordecai, and he kind of motions for you to sit down.
I would prefer to remain standing.
Oh, that's alright, I'll stand too. I don't want to offend you. As
You're not
Lumiere kind of
offended.
stands up and gets right next to you, I just don't want to make you uncomfortable. Mordecai kind of looks over towards you and just kind of, do you have it?
I mean, I'm sure I have many things, but yes, we recovered the recipe for you.
That's beautiful. How was your journey? How was wherever you went?
It was business. Business was conducted, and the matters speak for themselves.
I understand. Well, if you don't mind, he kind of stands up and extends his hand to you. Would you mind handing it over so I can see if it's the true recipe?
Sure.
Takes it, kind of sits down, reads it. This will do. This will do. This is great. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh, he pockets it real fast here. And you feel a hand touch your shoulder from Lumiere as it kind of pats you on the back.
Just gotta send it back. Oh, it's not getting the morning ones.
Kind of feel somebody pat your back. You begin to get really droggy, as if somebody casts something on you.
Don't think. I believe I cannot be magically put to sleep.
That's awkward.
It's very awkward. Pretend
Can you
like
be magically put to sleep?
because I'm elven.
You
Don't
can't.
need to sleep, and magic cannot put me to sleep.
You feel a sleep
I feel the
spell
effects.
attempted to be casted upon your back.
Okay. I will maybe start acting drowsy.
Of course. Immediately, as they feel that they got you right where they want you, if you will, you watch their skin begin to unravel from their fingertips up as their skin color begins to change and they begin to transform. These faces, as they transform back into their true form, look very familiar to you. You see Revar, Angui, Rudla, Angui, Olinak, Angui.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
As these three brothers kind of laugh as you go to what I'm presuming is like selling that you're falling asleep. You feel one stand up the knight from the far end of the table go, and he kind of, as this girl is sleeping, throw her over his shoulder. Rivarin kind of walks back over the head of you and just kind of spits on you and just kind of, that's for what you did back to our family. We never want to see you again. One kind of just kicks your ribcage a little bit. You're going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage from it as they begin to walk out with the recipe and this girl over their arms. Let's roll in session tonight, and we'll come back and give Zendra a little time to think about what she might do. Only in a small bit of a pickle. But, what's your question?
How long was that combat?
That combat? And Cell?
Oh, trust me, I know what you're thinking, and yes, we're good.
Good.
We're good.
Beautiful. Unless anybody has anything else for the audience out there, I believe that will conclude episode 2, Adventures Archive. John, Matt, you look like you're getting ready to speak.
What was whispered in Talia's ears? Who are these people to Zendra? And most importantly, are we going to be copyright striked? Find out on the next episode, ladies and gentlemen.
We love you all. Thank you for all coming out. Have a great night. Oh,